still have the capacity and the power to exert support for their, whatever allies, quote
Yeah.
unquote, in North Korea or Iran or where else did he Libya, or for that matter, their efforts to support, some South American countries or African countries. Uh, I highly doubt it. And what does that mean for those satellite nations, those nations that look to Russia for support, either with military aid or what have you? It will change the dynamic of whatever region they're in. So
Right.
it's going to be incredibly destabilizing. This is one of the primary reasons I think that the West has, for the last 3 years in particular, but the last 10 years really since Maidan, been terrified of Ukraine actually winning this war, or winning this conflict, coming out of this conflict as a victor, because that is scary. What happens to the world when this, way gone past times was a superpower, then a regional power, but with global tentacles? There's no easy solution to this situation, and there is no outcome to this conflict if it does not definitively answer the sovereignty of Ukraine once and for all with security assurances. This will keep going. Yeah, and yes, there's every possibility that Putin might be taken out of the equation, but I think Russia's got some more time, left to it. Although yeah, we have got to start recognizing
Hello,
somehow
testing,
hearing,
testing.
um, that Russia is on a lifeline,
Right.
and we better, and I'm sure we are. I'm sure the State Department and Defense are working on this, but
Right.
yeah, we're in uncharted waters.
Let's grab another one, Johnny.
Sure thing. I've got one from 56 Nick Rich asking, is there any bird flu in Ukraine or neighboring countries?
Not to my, I'm not aware of any. It's certainly not something that folks are focusing on.
Yeah.
It's not. It doesn't seem to have made any effect here or admit its presence down here. So
Right.
certainly not
I've
in
got
any
a
big way. Not in
question.
any significant way.
Sure. I've got a question and kind of a request from Kieran Marr. Please ask Phil if he finally has merch, or I'll make my own T-shirt with his handsome face and beard. And they also want to know, when you're flying into Florida, they will pick you up and take you to Disney or Gatorland.
Yeah.
You know what? I haven't got merch yet. I should do a little thing of the on the edge logo with the Vishivanka symbol behind it. Don't know
With
about
your
my
beard.
face on stuff. Yeah,
Oh,
with my
come on.
beard.
A
Sure.
face like that.
It's juggling all the things of living in a war zone, dealing with all the difficulties of being here, compounded with trying to put the show together every week. I mean, there's a lot of my little rubber ducky, my little Cossack rubber ducky. You don't see the legs beneath the water, but I assure you, securing an interview every week with somebody who has something to say of worth, and that is my discretion, is easier said than done. This week is very good. We're going to have Ilya Ponomarenko, who is he was the Ukrainian combat journalist who was live streaming nonstop for like the first 72 hours of the full-scale invasion 3 years ago.
New year, same reliable station for progressive talk.
I only listen to you guys. It's a station I know I can depend on.
WCPT 820, Chicago's progressive talk.
This is Chicago's Progressive Talk, 820 AM, WCPT Willow Springs, and online at WCPT820.com. Facts matter.
The following program, The Family Meeting, is sponsored by Polaris Insurance Agency, and to the extent applicable, their guests. The views and opinions expressed therein do not necessarily reflect those of Heartland Signal, LLC, or its management.
Hey folks, it's Richard Chu, also known as Bad, the Black Asian Dude. Yes, we're on The Family Meeting, but right now, you've probably heard about my new show, Choose Views, Monday through Friday, 6 a.m. to 8 a.m. on WCPT. Choose Views is about pragmatic, progressive conversation with a bit of smash mouth talk. Tune in, 6 a.m. to 8 a.m. Monday through Friday on WCPT, Progressive Talk.
Playing music, I can't not hear it.
We don't have any music.
Hi, my name is Audra Wilson, and I'm the president and CEO of the Shriver Center on Poverty Law. You can visit us at www.povertylaw.org. Hey, cousins. Now it's time for the Family Meeting News.
Happy New Year, everybody. I'm Michelle Peltier, and here's what we're following on the family meeting. Costco shareholders rejected a proposal urging the wholesale club operator to evaluate any risks posed by its diversity, equity, and inclusion practices. The National Center for Public Policy Research, a conservative think tank based in Washington, had submitted the proposal, arguing that Costco's DEI initiatives hold litigation, reputational, and financial risks to the company, and therefore financial risks to the shareholders. Costco's directors' message to their shareholders details how having diverse employees and suppliers has, in their view, fostered creativity and innovation in the merchandise and services that they offer and led to greater customer satisfaction among Costco members. Go Costco. Members of the family who own OxyContin, maker of Purdue Pharma, and the company itself agreed to pay up to $7.4 billion in a new settlement to lawsuits over the toll of the powerful prescription painkiller, New York Attorney General Letitia James announced on Thursday. She's working it. She's working it. The Sacklers agreed to pay up to $6.5 billion, Purdue to pay $900 million, for a total of $7.4 billion. The new settlement could bring to a close a chapter in a long legal saga over the toll of an opioid crisis that some experts assert began after the blockbuster painkiller OxyContin hit the market in 1996. Since then, opioids have been linked to hundreds of thousands of deaths in the U.S. The deadliest stretch has been since 2020, when illicit fentanyl has been found as a factor in more than 70,000 deaths annually. Did you hear what I just said? 70,000 deaths annually. That's crazy. The Southside Community Arts Center, SSCAC, the country's oldest independently run and continuously operating Black arts institution, recently announced its planned rehabilitation and expansion. An official community design unveiling will be held on February 22nd. The addition and rehabilitation project is estimated to cost up to $1.5 million. The project will expand the center's capacity for exhibitions, art practice, research, and community engagement. Upon completion, SSCAC will be able to facilitate many more exhibitions and interactions with Black artists while increasing access for community members, researchers, arts administrators, historians, and educators. Right? You're listening to me? Please visit our webpage, tfmradioshow.com. You can subscribe and follow us on, whatever that thing that other man owns. Facebook, Threads, TikTok, Spoutable, Blue Sky. What else are you on? Okay. I said Blue Sky. Fan base. All right. Also subscribe and follow our YouTube channel to view us live and receive reminders when we are on the air. I'm Michelle Peltier. We'll be right back.
As you know, we've created a Patreon family meeting subscription and membership page to include you great listeners in our effort and give you a chance to very economically promote your business, organization, or local event. You can contribute as little as $5 per month to get your message out and support the family meeting as a viable voice. We know you appreciate our permanent interest dialogue, get up and dance playlist, and our great guests who stop by. So become a cousin and go to our website, tfmradioshow.com, and click the link.
Yeah, y'all. Welcome to the Worldwide Headquarters. Uh-oh, gotta give that to Rich. Go ahead. Headquarters of the family meeting. It's family meeting time in 2025, y'all. We're gonna try to do that thing today. Grab your phones, find us on social media, like, subscribe, and follow. What do I hear? I hear noise.
Echo. Not me.
Okay, well, we'll work it out. Find us on YouTube, Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, and all that stuff Michelle just talked about a minute ago, because that's where we are when we're not here on the air. Also, be sure to visit our webpage. That's tfmradioshow.com. That's tfmradioshow.com. Archive playlist, music, the live video of the broadcast. You know, a whole bunch of good stuff there. You should check it out. In the space shuttle cockpit controlling everything is Bobby Longstroke.
Yes, he is.
Hi.
That's right. Hey, man, you can become a patron of our broadcast for as little as $5 a month. Visit that webpage, tfmradioshow.com, tfmradioshow.com. Mash the button and become a patron. And I would give you the phone number. In fact, I will. But
I told so many people to call today.
yeah, the ragged ass rust bucket just strikes again. There are no phones. Well, you could try if you'd like, but you might. I don't know what they get. What did you get when you call? I don't know.
Probably go straight to voicemail.
Yeah, 773-763-9278 is the number.
I could go get a burner phone and they could call that.
That part of your drug dealing.
You call my phone.
Yeah.
We all got to have a hustle.
Yeah, so the number 773-763-9278. But the ragged ass bucket, the ragged ass rust bucket don't work so well. So there's that. Happy New Year, guys.
Happy New Year.
The Black Asian dude is here with us, and of course, drunk ass Adrian. Y'all heard Michelle earlier. Adrian. Yo, Adrian. Did you get a chance to do any math over the holidays?
I'm sure he did.
Any math?
Did you say he likes to do math?
Okay. All right. Well, that's interesting. Math.
Yeah, because you know.
Yes.
Yeah.
That's his thing.
That's his thing.
Tell me about your holidays, guys.
That's his jam.
Tell everybody about your holidays.
Ladies first. Michelle busy over here playing on her phone.
I don't do anything. I'm a humburger.
Hey.
I don't do anything. So
Sounds exciting.
yeah,
Sounds
it was yeah.
How about you, E? Mr. Go to Washington, D.C.
There we go.
Same thing. Well, y'all first. Y'all guests.
Yes,
Go ahead,
good
man.
guess.
What'd you do?
You don't want to know.
He
It's
was
nerdy
drinking
as
the whole
hell.
Oh,
It's nerdy as hell.
we
You don't
really
wanna
want to know now.
Do a math.
You should have said I did something really cool.
why he looked at
Y'all
you
don't
that
want to
way.
hear, but the same was
He did his whole algebra book.
He probably wrote an
laid it
algebra
out.
book.
Da-da-da-da.
You don't want to know.
No, he took
It's
a
about-
computer apart, put it back together again.
No, I did this little thing, but it's a YouTube video that I was working on that talks about AI, today's AI, and the Cylons from Battlestar Galactica.
Oh,
Okay, yeah, I didn't want to
See,
know that.
told you. You don't want to know.
The Cylons from Battlestar Galactica.
That's right. Their origins and how it's kind of very similar
Okay,
to
what'd you
our
do,
AI
Rich?
today.
What'd you do,
He
Rich?
told you. Don't ask what you don't want to know.
I want to know.
Well,
Y'all take that outside.
I did a rewind to all the television shows from the 70s. Like Battlestar Galactica.
Dun, dun, dun.
And McCloud.
Oh yay! I just love
And
McCloud.
Pitafly. No, I kind of like y'all. Just took it easy, man.
Yeah.
Met, nothing, hung out. Me and Ann took it really light. I cooked dinner. We stayed at home. Real easy.
You cook dinner?
Yeah.
What'd you cook?
On Christmas Day, what did I cook? We did we put a turkey breast in the slow cooker, which was different. Never done it before. That was Ann's idea. It turned out great.
What'd you put in it?
Potatoes and that was it. And then just I made other sides. But in the pot was potatoes and I think some green peppers.
Okay.
It was good. Yeah, it was good.
How long
And
did you cook it for?
Slow cooked it for 4 hours.
Okay.
And it was tasty. It's tender.
So turkey
It's
breast or turkey?
Turkey breast.
Okay.
Just a turkey breast because there's the two of us. We like.
That's cool.
Yeah, it was cool. It was very good, and you know,
Try that.
I would recommend it. It's not complicated to do. I mean, it's a slow cooker.
Well, I did have my chitterlings.
Well, I heard. Yeah, it's taking up the neighborhood.
Hey,
the police got
for
hey,
New
man,
Year.
hey man, the police got called to Michelle's building because somebody said I think it was
I
a
feel
dead body.
judgment.
Somebody called
I am
Adrian,
really with
a
our
dead
people.
body in here.
Somebody
somewhere.
called some dead body in here.
Exactly.
Left over for Thanksgiving.
They're used to it by now.
Man, when was the last time you two had a chitterling? And don't lie and say you never had
I've
it before.
never had 'em.
Don't tell
I
that
had
lie.
one by accident when I was small.
The last time was the first time,
Okay, that
and I was
appalled.
I don't even know if I was a teenager yet.
Yeah.
But I was asked to try it after many years of not trying it, and then I finally did. And after that, I was like, I'm done. Okay, I tried it.
All your Greek friends who said, "You mean you don't like our Greek dish of tripe? How dare you?
Right.
Be so egalitarian." No, last time for me was probably when I was 17 in high school with the holiday thing. I was like, I'm done with that. You can't buy enough hot sauce.
I remember my step grandmother was in the kitchen cooking them things, and I was at that point. I was like, "Oh, that is whatever that is.
I'm right. That's awesome.
That smells horrible." And I remember going in there and seeing this big bowl of.
Right. Yep. A snot. that
It'll
can
never
deal.
never make me not eat them.
And
I
my-
actually made enough for a friend.
And I remember my daddy said, he said,
I feel sorry for
"Go and try some, man. They go good with brains."
Now that I haven't had.
Yeah, so I tasted it like, that's enough. That's enough. I must have been 7 or 8, and I haven't had a bite of one since.
Well, I was 17. I would say it was 17 for me.
Yeah,
Not
because
since then.
you guys didn't grow up with them, obviously. But anyway,
No, I
that's what
did. That's the thing. I did grow up with them.
If you really did, you'd eat them.
No.
He grew up around them.
No, I
That's
grew, I
right.
grew up. I grew up watching from the Rooter to the Tutor,
Right.
with my family down in Mississippi. So I grew up with them, watching it the whole nine.
Yeah.
I reached a point where I was like, "That's just not cool."
It's hog guts.
Eric, you can't put enough.
They're really
Boo
good.
Boo went through there.
The Louisiana hot sauce.
There's
You
not
can't put
enough.
enough Louisiana hot sauce on.
Not for me.
I don't even put any.
You might as well just get a bowl of hot sauce.
Right.
I don't put hot sauce on mine. I put a little, but not much. Sometimes I don't put any at all.
Oh,
You okay?
I'm perfect.
You sure?
Yeah.
Now we
not doing that.
Now we know why she got a problem with going up sneaky stairs and stuff. Because she's worried about what's going to be around that corner. Oh.
Monster
I feel
chitlin.
judgment.
So listen, man, I got some ground rules for this stuff. Why do I
Whose
keep
radio
hearing
is on?
somebody's phone has got this?
I turned mine off, and this says mute. It says unmute, so that means it's on mute. And I know my phone is off.
It's in the room now.
Who's got their YouTube on?
I have nothing on.
Not me.
Yours is on, isn't it?
My YouTube is on, but my volume's down. So
Okay, why don't you turn your YouTube off and then you can chat on your computer. There's a chat room on your computer.
I know,
Okay, well, okay.
private chat.
but I can't see how many people are in the room.
Oh, she wants to count all 15 people.
Okay.
1, 2, 3.
Would you
4.
continue what you were going to say?
Yeah.
Please?
So
Thank you.
listen, this is all. This time we're in is meant to distract us,
Yes.
right?
Yep.
It's every little thing you're gonna be like, you believe what he did? What did he say? So we don't need to talk about him stuff, because I think
I agree.
I put a lot of thought to this. As I said, over the holidays, over the first of the year, last weekend, I should say, I was in Washington on Inauguration Day for a basketball game. Howard played Morehouse on national TV. We took an L. I don't want to talk about it, but I had a good time. I had a great time, a fantastic time. And didn't see near one of them Klansmen until Tuesday when I got on the flight. Didn't see not a one. Well, I know my way around Washington, so I can go around through Rock Creek Park and avoid all that mall stuff. I know how to do that, right? So I didn't see none of them. But the thing I thought about most, I watched my fair share of movies and TV shows, as I'm sure you guys did over the holidays. And so if you watch a Marvel movie or whatever, there's a protagonist and an antagonist. There's a villain.
Yep.
And I think the thing that this country hasn't done is explore the possibility that this country is the villain. You know, that's hard, right?
Anymore.
I mean, but it's hard for you to reconcile.
It was, yeah.
Because it's
part of this country, as you would so clearly say.
Well, wait a minute. I mean the whole country.
country.
I'm not characterizing the people. I'm talking about the country's existence. It has been
villainous.
It's the Death Star. It has been the evil empire. And it's hard to reconcile that because of the fairy tale that you tell yourself about who the country is.
Yep.
And further, that orange menace that they decided to elect is fully representative of who the country has been.
Mm-hmm.
So, you know, I heard the news, and I don't watch the news right now because it's all sensationalized.
Who does anymore, actually? I don't. I
Yeah,
know
I mean,
you
it's-
probably do because you have to.
There's nothing to see because it's just all whatever. But when he freed all those Klansmen, those
Oh, my
insurrectionists,
gosh.
he freed them all, right?
Yep.
Oh, wait a minute, hold on a second. This is the same thing Andrew Johnson did.
Mm-hmm.
He welcomed back the Confederacy who turned arms against your country. He allowed them to come in and be governed. Lincoln was the first Republican president. So Andrew Johnson was the second Republican president, right? Now, I get it. Before that, during that time, the Democrats were the evil empire, the head of the evil empire. And that's switched since then.
Yeah.
I get all that. But this country is engaged in that kind of stuff. Who is it? Who do we know is lost a lawsuit for discriminating against black people in housing? Who do we know? The tangerine terrorist did that, right?
Right.
So what did this country do? The formal name is redlining.
Yes.
Right? So, okay, same thing, right? Fully representative of this country. That orange terrorist is, he's notorious for engaging in contracts with people and then violating the covenants of the contracts. Okay, I saw an article a couple weeks ago, and I wish I could have found it before I got here today, that revisited all of the treaties that this country has engaged in over 250 years. 95% of them, this country's violated. 95% of them. So it's the same thing.
Yeah.
So he's fully representative of who this country is.
Yeah.
Unless and until you realize that you are the evil empire.
Yeah.
You can't fix it.
Yeah.
And who wants to acknowledge that?
Right. It's terrible to think that.
Yes.
Right? It's like being in the room and you're thinking, damn, something's stinking around here. And then you discover it's you. It's your ass that's stinking.
Forgot to take a shower for the last week.
But who is that? You know,
Yeah.
you're doing this.
Yeah.
Well,
Somebody didn't wash their behind today.
Eric, listen, man, you said this so many times that until the country is willing to wrestle with and acknowledge, to Michelle's point, that it's the big elephant in the room. It's the elephant that's created the drama. It's the bull in the china shop. All the other, labels we could give it. The country has a problem with, and I saw this clip from Dr. Eddie Glaude, and I've gone back and forth with some of the things he said, but at the end of the day, I try to pull out the good stuff. Not that anything's been bad, but he made this comment about how this ain't nothing new. This is nothing new. This is
who the country's always been.
And the biggest problem, he said the biggest, and I'm giving him paraphrase. He said the country's biggest problem isn't that it has these problems, is that it won't slow down and acknowledge that it has these problems and it's the cause of the problems. And until the country does that, it'll never fix these problems. It's not that they have them; it's that they won't acknowledge that they have them and that they're the cause.
And so if for people like us who talk like this, I mean, the immediate response is, you're not a patriot and who are you and blah, blah, blah. You don't love this country. Well, for people that we love, we criticize them. We say, hey, you ain't doing that right.
Right.
That's bad. Don't do that anymore. Right. So this is a contribution to your opportunity to reconcile your country. And let me add this to you. The heroes of this country's story are black people.
Yep.
Unquestionable.
The heroes. We've rescued y'all from your evil deeds. We have pushed you to try to achieve what you want to believe this country is. And in almost every instance where this country has had to reconcile with its evil empire tendencies, it's been because black people have pushed you.
Yep.
So now y'all done made this 92% of black women mad. And let me
Yep.
let me give you some advice about black women. I got one at home. My mama's one.
I'm one.
You just one right here with us.
I'm representing.
Leave her alone.
Yeah.
Don't mess with that. I'm telling you, mess around, get cut, get your feelings hurt.
They don't know. They need to ask somebody.
And when
for
you
real.
make that call from the jail cell, mama gonna let it ring for a little bit.
Yep.
Because she tried to tell you.
Don't mess around with your black women.
I got a comment about black women in this election that I want to share when we come back. And then I gotta go to break.
I have some comments about black women too.
You know a few?
I know a
Some
lot.
wonderful ones.
Yes,
Yeah.
I do.
So the ragged ass phones don't work in the ragged ass rust bucket. But
It's not
Y'all
Devin's fault. It's
listen to
not
my-
his fault.
My
Listen to
drink
take
is
notes.
working.
okay,
Right.
well that's good news. Well, I'll give you the number anyway. You can try it. 773-763-9278. Stay tuned for more of the family meeting.
Is ready to help you, whether it's personal injury, DUI, and OWI, nursing home, product liability, it doesn't matter. Call 219-939-9LAW. That's 219-939-9529. That's right. When you're driving and get into a wreck, had a few drinks too many, a cop hits you with a DUI or OWI, arrested and facing criminal charges, misdemeanor or felony, purchase a product that causes you or a loved one harm, when your loved one is neglected and abused in a nursing home, that's right, you better call Attorney Darnell Lyles and get represented. And the first consultation is free. Yes, free. So call right now. 219-939-9LAW. That's 219-939-9529. Attorney Darnell Lyles.
Calling all valued members of the American Veterinary Medical Association, or AVMA. Your future retirement goals can be achieved. Introducing the AVMA Retirement Plan. Tailored to meet the distinct needs of veterinarians with streamlined administration and reduced burdens. Vets enjoy unrivaled benefits that include service provider oversight, knowledgeable expert investment guidance, and delegated fiduciary services. Veterinarians who use this plan can say goodbye to annual retirement plan audits and annual retirement plan tax reporting. Veterinarians, you can enjoy retirement your way with customizable plans to suit your practice's unique structure. From eligibility to vesting schedules and more, elevate your retirement journey with AVMA's specialized plan. Learn more by sending an email to polaris@polarisadvice.com. Secure your veterinary legacy starting today. Email us at polaris@polarisadvice.com. Securities offered through LineStreet Financial LLC, member FINRA and SIPC. Investment advisory services offered through Polaris Wealth Management LLC. Polaris Wealth Management and LineStreet are not affiliated.
Hey Chicago, are you always on the go? Take the new Shy 311 app with you to find the information that you need, submit non-emergency city service requests, and much more. Download the new Shy 311 app, built with Chicagoans for Chicagoans. That's Shy 311 on the App Store or Google Play, or check it out online at 311.chicago.gov. Stay informed with Shy 311. It's your gateway to Chicago services.
See, that's the thing, man. I'm gonna say it for the first time this year. Y'all don't know nothing about this kind of funk, man. Y'all don't know, man. Huh?
Because I'm older than you. I knew about it before you did.
I don't think you did.
Yes, I did.
I mean, you
Yeah,
might
me
have
too.
heard about it, but you don't know nothing about this, man.
Dude.
Yeah.
Line of notes, man. Line of notes.
I am determined this year to get Bootsy on with us.
Why not?
He said he don't like working on Sundays.
Tell him the same work.
I told him to pre-record the show.
That's not possible.
Why isn't it?
It would require thinking.
I've been doing a number of pre-records.
Yeah.
It's actually worked out pretty well.
You just can't take calls. Obviously.
You can do it, E. If you all right, I'll make this deal with you. If you set it up, I'll do the pre-record. I'll do it midday.
You hear that, Bootsy?
I'll do it midday.
Does he listen to us on Sunday?
It's like he's heard us before. I don't know if he's listening.
Hi, Bootsy.
Somebody had to try to use that other voice.
That's kind of the sexy.
Hi,
one.
Bootsy.
She did that lady thing, right?
She didn't use that.
You know what, Eric?
She didn't use that voice.
Hey, Adrian. You know, put it on Bootsy, right?
Right.
But it says.
I feel
You know what, Eric? I'd like to talk to Bootsy at some point. Send him my way.
She didn't use that voice.
Send him my way.
Shut up.
Got something for him over here.
Hi, Bootsy.
Anyway, Eric, what else are we going to talk about today?
So here's the thing. We can't allow that orange imbecile and his white mobs to keep us quiet. And to my way of thinking, those who've decided to be quiet or choose the right time to talk are a real problem for me.
Yeah. Let me throw this thing out about Black women, and an observation that I made, and then come back to what Eric said, which is so spot on. Can't be quiet. Make a lot of noise. Black women have done so many things, so many wonderful things for the world, not just the United States of America, for the world. And I'm a big believer that one of the reasons that white women did not show up for this vice president in this election is because their experience with Black women has been one that, not that it's been negative, but it has been one where Black women are intolerant of BS and garbage and what's the word? Mediocrity. And
I'm so tired of mediocre white people.
Don't even.
Oh my God, I'm so tired of
I
them.
know.
Like the one that got elected.
We don't want to have our heads
not
blow
even
off.
mediocre. He's less
But
than
that's something, guys, that I think doesn't get talked about a lot. Is it as much as people say that there's this issue with Black women being too strong and all these other things that white folks throw out there about Black women. Okay, that's one of those under the covers things that people didn't talk about this time around. Black women, white women and their experience, and I'm not generalizing. I'm looking at my experience and that of hundreds of Black women that I've talked to. You can line up stories that they've had where their encounters with white women have been ones of jealousy and ones of who does she think she is, and a whole bunch of other isms that are out there. And I'm certain that just like with Hillary, a lot of the white women who didn't vote for Hillary or Kamala didn't vote out of jealousy, and nothing to do with policy, had nothing to do with the border. It had nothing to do with any of those things. It had purely to do with, how does this woman get to this level? I'm jealous of her. How come she got to do this? Mm-hmm. And they stayed at home. And you know how many times, Eric, you said, sometimes it's just real simple. It's right there in front of you. That's one of the things that happened in this election. And Black women, the 92%, has said, yeah, we are going to sit on top of a building in a drawing and smoke our cigarettes and drink our wine.
90 million people didn't vote.
I know. That's
more than the number of people who voted for each of the candidates.
I know.
Yeah. So I have a little piggyback on what Richard is saying, and I think some of what the 53% of white women that voted for Dude saw that they were able to maintain the bit of white supremacy that they can hold on to by
closest to the patriarchy.
Yeah. But by helping to maintain white supremacy. So this whole issue of
because they know they couldn't really compete.
Yeah. So let me just give a quick example of one of the executive orders that he signed, which rolls back the protections for employment
discrimination.
Right, in federal hiring, right? So now if you roll back that protection and now people can be blatantly discriminated against, regardless of their qualifications, to be put in a position in the federal government anywhere, right? And now you can just hire all the white dudes you want. Well, who benefits from that by and large?
It's gonna be
white women.
It's gonna be more mediocre white
Well,
dudes getting
no. But I mean the benefit, the
Right.
white, but no,
'Cause
but
their
I'm,
white husbands get
yeah,
those jobs, and
exactly
they get to stay
right,
close to the
exactly
patriarchy.
right.
Yeah, you're right, Adrian. I mean,
So the white women are benefiting from that,
Yep.
even though they may bear some discrimination because they're not a straight white male and getting the job. Her husband's gonna get it.
There it is. There it is. Close.
So she benefits from the white supremacy.
Well, they
and the
just
male
skipped
patriarchy.
over the okie doke because
Yeah.
the okie doke was creating affirmative action,
Right.
and then just inserting white women in as a category.
Yeah.
And then they still get it.
And those are the same white women. And we're not general. So anybody out there who's getting their undies in a bundle, we're not generalizing. The data backs it up.
Absolutely.
We're not generalizing. So let me be perfectly clear for those who are losing their minds right now, going, "Oh, you guys are making it about race," and you're making no. We know this from our personal.
It's always about race anyway.
It is our personal experience, and the data backs it up. So what Eric slipped in, y'all may have missed about affirmative action. Yeah, look at the numbers.
What were you gonna say, Michelle?
I'm just, you guys
you
are having
remember?
a great conversation about black women, and you have a black woman here, right here, and you're not asking her.
That's paying
No.
But she's right.
Nobody's asking me. I said I got something to say. Chime in.
But
See, that's the problem with black women. See,
Wait.
Now I'm a problem.
Michelle,
Now I'm a problem.
But
My hands are sweaty,
put that in a board meeting.
oh, hold on a second. You interrupted her, man.
No, I didn't.
You gonna get cut?
She put it-
Because I'll forget now.
No, you won't.
She'll forget.
See, that's the other thing. We got it.
Stop.
I'm stopping him so you can go. I'm stopping him so you can go.
See, that's the problem with black women.
I know.
I don't have anything to throw. I need this Kleenex box, otherwise I'd throw it at you.
Okay, I'm sorry, Michelle.
Okay, so a couple things, if I can remember them. I have a rainbow of girlfriends. White girlfriends, black girlfriends. Broke up with some white girlfriends, because of this election and all of that. But what I will say is black women are angry. So I'm having two conversations with my black women friends.
It's a bad thing.
One of them is, come on, we still need to fight. We still need to do this. We still need to get involved. We still need to do this. And then the other side is going, I'm just unbothered.
Yeah.
I'm just going to be unbothered. And that's the team I'm on, the unbothered group.
Yeah.
We're going to navigate our way these next 4 years, doing what we need to do
Yeah.
for and with each other.
Yeah.
Outside of that, I had a friend send me something yesterday about, she said, this should give you solace. It was about the numbers and the vote and all that. And I said, I don't care. We can't do anything about it.
it's not.
I don't care.
In some instances, this could be a good thing.
I think it's a great thing.
Because it builds community that way.
Yep.
Which really pisses me off. And that's partly what the news pisses me off about, is they still want affected people like us to try to find a way to hold community with racists and racism.
Yeah.
And to ask me to do that is worthy of me punching you in the mouth. No, I'm not. And for the record, this broadcast and the people who decide to listen and call here, this is not a safe place for you if that's where you are.
Yeah.
Right.
You can call here if you want, but you are going to get smoke.
Yeah.
Right?
Yep.
So go ahead and cower somewhere in your little corner. But this is not a safe space. You can't come here and feel safe.
I had someone call in to my show, kind of going down the avenue of, well, Rich, you guys sound like shills for the Democrats because you're this side or the other. And I said, listen, I quoted you as best I could. I said, I got issues with both parties. I said, however, the party, and it's ironic that you sent the
Permanent interest. Yeah.
I said the party that's going to lean more readily toward my permanent interest happens to be the Democratic Party, with all its ills and failures and problems. That's the direction that I'm going to lean in that direction more often.
And the two are not the same.
And I said yes, and I said, but the thing you got to understand is I welcome people to call my show and interact with me to a point. And that point is when you step across the line and think that we're going to kowtow to you and your thought process because you want to bring some garbage. And I said, so there's no garbage allowed here, because if you bring garbage, I'm gonna call you out on it. And if you call back, you do. If you don't, you don't. our opportunity is exactly what you said. It's an opportunity for us to still be loving and caring and doing all those things. And it's really a time for the Black community particularly. And I don't mean other communities of color. Let me be clear. I mean the Black community. Because we got some of our independence and fight and toughness and success sort of melded into people of color. No, we're Black folks.
And some of those
then-
people of color are trying to be white adjacent.
Yes.
Not trying to be. They're doing it
Yeah.
readily. So that's why I'm saying with Eric, with what Eric is saying, we have an opportunity, and it's a great one, to just keep on reconnecting.
Build community.
Yeah, build and reconnect, build and reconnect. And oh, by the way, if you don't look like the four of us here, and you want to be part of that, you got to come to the party and sit in the back of the room and keep your mouth shut and listen. Because we've been trying to tell you, if you're going to come to that party, if you're going to be part of us, and you don't look like us.
Well, I mean, but first off, you can't come unless you're going to speak up, right? You can't be at work
But you know what
and
I
decide that
meant by that, by sitting in the back of the room and be
Yeah,
quiet,
I
not,
got you.
not telling us what
you ain't in charge of nothing.
Thank
Right.
you. I'm
Yeah,
sorry.
right.
So
Yeah,
thanks for the
right.
clarification.
But you're not welcome either. If you're at work and you watch a woman or a Black person get overlooked for a job promotion or a raise,
Or mistreated.
and you don't say anything,
Yeah.
you're not welcome here if you do that.
No.
You have to be willing to risk your comfort
And
to make this change.
What do you call it, Eric? They're too they can't be
Insular.
No. You
Can't
said-
be-
you
can't be
said-
inconvenienced.
Can't be inconvenience.
Yeah.
You got to be inconvenienced if you want to be part of this.
Yeah, because I understand you've been socialized a certain kind of way to pick your battles, right? So you got your little book club, and you got one of them in your book club. You got to tell that heifer, I got a problem with you.
Yep.
I don't want you here no more.
Yep.
It's either you or me. We can go outside and we can talk about it like grown people.
Have y'all seen that video?
That's who you got to be.
On YouTube, where it's a Black woman at the head of the table talking about empowerment of folks in the workplace, and she's the only Black woman there. The rest are all white women, and there's a couple of Asian-esque looking women that are there. And one
He said Asian-esque.
Yeah, whatever. I don't know.
He's Asian-esque.
I don't know what to say anymore, so I try to be respectful. But basically, it's one white woman
not-
gets into this whole, well,
That's not PC.
Adjacent.
I've got my Black friends and all the normal, and it's
tropes.
it's a created little thing. But basically, the sister says we're past that. We don't need that anymore. You've had your opportunities for decades, and you haven't taken them. You've had all the largesse to be able to do it.
I want to go back though for a second to who is the villain.
And yes.
Go ahead.
So-
Go ahead. Hit it if you want to.
So I got like maybe 30 minutes left on the Ta-Nehisi Coates book, The Message.
Okay.
And
30 minutes or 30
30
pages?
minutes left because it's an
No,
audio.
audio.
I
Oh,
tried
it's
to get
audio,
I tried to
okay.
get the digital because I like reading,
Yeah.
but it wasn't available, so I just got the audio book. So anyway, so I've got about 30 minutes left on that. But one of the stories that he just got done talking about was this former Israeli soldier who was a part of the IDF, and how during one of their operations he just saw something and he was just like, "What are we doing? Who does what is going on right now benefit?" And at that point he couldn't go along with what was happening in Gaza anymore, right? And it reminded me of an article that I read before we left Afghanistan that was penned by a former US soldier, and it was basically I can't remember the title, but it basically said, I never thought I would be the stormtrooper. And he laid out he made like the Star Wars analogy of,
Oh, that got you excited.
yeah, I was totally geeked up, right? That drew me in.
Hey, Ma.
Kidding aside, he basically said we are the Empire's stormtroopers. All right.
Well, no.
I made my point, or I tried to
was
make my
trying to
point.
listen to you that he made me snort. That was a real snort.
Where'd that come from?
Hold it in.
Ooh, the stormtroopers.
We have boogers in their nostrils. No, hey,
You got adenoids.
You're so judgy. I'm saying that on your behalf. He's so judgy.
He is, we know.
Whatever.
Everybody paying attention to him.
Whatever, man. I don't care.
I got you.
All right, so in the ragged ass rust bucket, the phones don't work, but you can try them. 773-763-9278. I know. Stay tuned for more of the family meeting.
One more time for you. I swear I'm gonna lose it. You don't want me to lose it. How hard could it just be for you?
Are you aware of the new retirement plan requirement that could impact your business? Listen up, this is crucial information you don't want to miss. If you're a business with at least 5 employees and have been operating for 2 years or more, Illinois law now mandates that you provide a retirement plan. But don't worry, we've got you covered. Polaris Wealth Management can be your professional partner in navigating this new landscape. We specialize in helping businesses just like yours establish affordable retirement plans that meet your needs and keep you compliant. You may avoid penalties as high as $500 per employee by acting now. Our team of seasoned professionals will guide you through the process step by step, making it easy for you to set up a 401k, a simple IRA, or another qualified retirement plan. Visit our website at polarisadvice.com for more information or shoot us an email at polarisadvice.com. We're here to help you provide your employee with the retirement benefits they deserve while safeguarding your business from potential fines. Don't let these changes catch you off guard. Contact Polaris Wealth Management today, and let's work together to build a better retirement future for your employees and your business. Visit polarisadvice.com or email us at polarisadvice.com. Securities offered through Lion Street Financial, LLC, member FINRA and SIPC. Investment advisory services offered through Polaris Wealth Management, LLC. Polaris Wealth Management and Lion Street are not affiliated.
Do you have a pain that won't cease? A health issue that's not getting better? It may be time you visited Health on Earth Wellness Centers. With over 20 years experience, 4 Chicagoland locations, and patients that range from 2 months old to 93, Health on Earth Wellness Centers are fully prepared to meet all your chiropractic needs. We have state-of-the-art facilities in Crestwood, Tinley Park, the South Loop, and Naperville. Don't let being healthy be your last resort. Make it your first choice. Make an appointment today at healthonearth.org. That's healthonearth.org.
Itsashort.com. The website is itsashort.com, spelled ITFASHORT.com. We are the best designation on the internet for award-winning short film, video, and web series. Artists are from all over the world. They are award-winning from various festivals, but you can find us at info@itsashort.com, customer care at itsashort.com, and we'll get back to you straight away.
Riggedy wow, with the gadzooks, here I go, so riggedy flames on to Geronimo. Yo, I riggedy burn, riggedy rubber when I blabber. Great, I riggedy make the Wonder Twins the actor. Fake, it's crazy. I'm riggedy breaking backs and busting lips. I riggedy freak at the snipe and those freaking lips. Shrimps. I'm riggedy make enough noise like Bam Bam, throw boulders from bedrock. You'll get dropped by Slam Man, so check it. I riggedy wreck it quick, oh shucks. I riggedy got big ducks like Daddy War Bucks. Oh Anna, I riggedy rock the Coca Cabana, banana, split. Spit, so sick.
It's really too bad that y'all missed the breaks in here, because the conversation during the breaks is actually far more interesting. But the good news is that we're going to stay on for an extra half an hour after the broadcast goes off. Do a little after show thing, right?
Do like 15 minutes. It's going to be a whole 30 minutes.
Yeah, I'm going to be getting out of here.
Okay.
We can
See, y'all just can't be inconvenienced, huh? Can't be inconvenienced, huh?
Kidding.
Huh?
Never put a time on it before, so.
He's bringing back his Brooklyn Lees. Huh? No, E, that's going to be your new nickname, Funk Nerd.
Funk Nerd. I'll take that.
See?
Hey, Bootsy.
I told you.
Mayor Funk Nerd.
No,
he's the mayor of Howard. Eric Grant should be the.
Okay, all right. So the broken ass number is 773-763-9278. So listen, reconciling being the villain, being the stormtrooper, as Adrian said. This country, if you look at the history in its entirety, is actually the evil empire.
Yes, it is.
Right? It's the only country on earth that has dropped 2 nuclear bombs, a nuclear bomb, but twice. And killed tens, hundreds of thousands of people.
But Eric, the nuclear bombs were one thing, but what about the air raids that took place during that same? People forget about the I shouldn't say they forget about, that so much emphasis is placed on the largeness of the nuclear bombs, Fat Man and Little Boy, but all the firebombing that took place during that time.
Or the Agent Orange in Vietnam. And,
right.
You know, all the
we had no business
arguably what they describe as terrorist states are what this country has been.
Eisenhower was right.
Overthrowing democratically elected governments.
And I had a person call in the other day that said, you know, she's tired of the United States getting all bent out of shape about immigration across the southern border. And people, you would love to see, you'd be so proud. When people talk about the border, I'll say, which one? When they ask, well, you know, Richard, the border is like I mean, which one are you talking about? Well, you know, no, I don't know. But anyhow, this is what this lady called in and she's like, Richard, I'm so tired of people talking about, you know, immigration across the southern border, blah, 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 blah. And she said, when we won't deal with one of the things that's caused it, which is the destabilization that we had a direct hand in.
That's right.
And then Mayor Johnson on Friday.
I saw that.
He dropped that one. He was like, bless you, we're going to get upset about the people coming to Chicago, however they got here, or crossing the border. But when we don't want to have the honest conversation about how we've affected the destabilization of these countries, and my brain went.
And didn't say a word when they brought in Ukrainian people.
You saw the clip?
Yeah.
So, and when he said that about the destabilization in America not wanting to own up to that, I was like, we need to ask people to a security detail because you know somebody gonna want a gun inform now. And I hate to put it that way, but he called it out.
Right.
And I love that clip of what he said. You know, you gonna ask me, a black man, where were y'all when the 30,000 Ukrainians came to you didn't say a doggone thing. But now you want me to go after people. You got to be out of your ever-loving mind. I was like,
So the reality is that somebody's thinking, and you just discovered it's you.
That's the U.S.
Right. And so, you know, what do you do about that? There's a lot of talk about getting things back to normal. I don't want to go back to anything.
Nope.
Right. There needs to be we need to be moving towards a complete new normal that acknowledges that this country has been the evil empire on earth and is engaged in any number of terrorist acts around the world. And that we need to stop that. Because this dude that they elected is fully representative of who the country is.
And you know, the push to stop the enlightenment of what you just talked about is totally on display in the attempt to ban people gaining knowledge through banning books.
Yeah, they don't want you to know.
They don't want you to know
everything.
They don't,
It's
yes,
just a Tuskegee.
but they're free speakers. But you can't read this book.
But check this out, y'all. It also further exposes mediocrity in white America. It really does. They're being exposed. And President Obama said something that was pretty profound, and we know this because we've been in these rooms. But their mediocrity has been exposed recently, really, really recently with social media, and particularly those who gotten by because of their white privilege. And now that thing has been further and further exposed, what do? Well, we got to hide that. And you said this so many times, if I had a history of my family had done all these things, talking about enslavement, I'd want to run from that too.
Yeah.
Okay. President Obama was on the smoke and he was talking about he said, you know, guys, I've been in many of these rooms, many of these meetings, sitting with many of these different people.
I saw that. Yeah.
You saw that? Was that right on point or what?
He was like, everybody in the room was mediocre.
He said, they're mediocre. He said, they ain't all that. And I was just like, that's the brother that we want to hear talking. He said it. And that's part of what him being elected exposed is how great he is imperfect, but he showed how weak these other punks are.
Right.
Yeah. And they truly have not liked that. So we can blame Obama for it in our own way.
I would have liked to have seen a little bit more Tyrone.
Me too. I wanted him to bring more of the, you know what.
I understood why he couldn't though.
But we understood why he couldn't.
Why couldn't?
No,
why he did. Not why he couldn't. Why he did.
Why he didn't.
Why he did.
Why didn't he?
Because of
that's different than could.
white fragility. Right. White fragility.
No. If they can go up and drop their pants and let all that behind hang out like
Adrian, you know we don't play by the same rules.
No, he didn't have to act a fool. He could have just brought the truth and just said, I don't care if your feelings are hurt because you all are supposed to be the party of F your feelings anyway.
Yeah, but
there's no credence to decorum because when the other side does what they do,
That's
they
right.
engage in no decorum.
They engage in no
we
decorum.
can't play that way.
Yeah, but if you look at Obama's history, he's always, I think part of his struggle, I'm not speaking for him, but from what I saw, was he didn't understand why people didn't like him.
I disagree. I think he always wanted to be the statesman, even though he wasn't dealing with statesmen.
I'm not disagreeing with that though.
We're all right, guys.
I know. I'm just.
This is a quilt. I think about the quilts my late mother-in-law made. It's a quilt. It's all of that, and we have to embrace the fact. This comes back to what Eric said about community. That what you said, Michelle, is exactly right, because that's what we've had to do and navigate. What you said, Adrian, is exactly right. We've had to navigate.
Listen to his conciliatory ass.
But it also
impressive.
But it also empowers us. But think about it.
Let's hug it out, y'all. Come on, let's hug it out.
Right between me. But it empowers us because that's one of our superpowers.
It is. No, I do not disagree, but I like. Listen, I think Eric's question is is such a big question. Why not?
Look, until we own the game and create the game,
he was the game. He was the game for 8 years.
The game.
No, he was the game for 8 years.
No.
He could have used that. He could have used that platform for anything.
He spent a little too much time pursuing decorum.
He did,
but that's his nature.
Thank you.
And I feel like he
understand.
I feel like he felt like he had to do
that.
Right.
He felt like he had to.
Yes.
But we can't criticize him for it.
I'm not.
That's why I say.
I'm just saying I would like to have seen a little bit more Tyrone.
I knew it wasn't going to ever happen.
How many times have I said, guys, there were so many times when I wish President Obama, for the sake of what we're talking about in terms of regaining our community, there were so many times I wish President Obama had basically had one of those moments where Michelle had just gotten his behind and he had 9-10 brothers standing behind him at a press conference. I wanted that.
Black Panthers.
Right. I wanted that so much, Adrian, Michelle, for the same reasons that he didn't or couldn't or wouldn't do it.
But he didn't need to have that.
No, I thought he did.
He didn't need to have that.
It's the fact that we can utter that he needed to. That's essentially the problem.
Yes. Right. That's why I said I think we misunderstood your question in part. You weren't being critical in asking why didn't he. The real reason that he didn't wasn't necessarily because of his nature. It was because of the environment that we've all fed into in one way or another, where we've been in a meeting as a Black person and we've had to.
Yeah, but he was in charge. He was the Black person in charge.
But
I see.
Almost made me say something else.
He was, but I think that in his mind there was a governor that said,
okay.
Even though
let me stop you there. Let us not act like we know what was in people's minds.
Bingo.
Let's just talk about what we saw and what we would like to have saw different.
I agree.
Let's just do that.
That's fair.
I don't want to put upon
and
because I would have preferred to see him kick some furniture over.
Right.
Me too.
That's
institute white slavery. That's what I wanted.
Yeah.
But y'all understand. I know you do. Working in predominantly white environments, you can't do that. You can't do that.
What were they? Okay, so let me answer a question. What were they gonna do to him for bringing the smoke, especially in his second election that he won? What were they gonna do to him for getting up and using that bully pulpit and bullying the way these idiots have been doing?
Already done.
We would have been spending as much time talking about his behavior, his reaction,
just
whatever.
like they do DJTs, and it has benefited DJT.
The reality is, Michelle, if
all I gotta say.
This is kind of how I measure.
You got a little more to say.
I thought about that in terms of the second term. Yeah, how much worse would it have gotten for him? Quote.
How much worse could it have gotten?
If he had said, "This is how I'm gonna play the second term," and be damn whoever's gonna run after me. I'm here now. I got 4 years.
I understand the first term.
I'm about to shake some stuff up.
I think that him getting puffy in his second term would have divided the country even more, because we would have been like, yes.
Even more than Trump getting reelected after he left. Trump. It was already divided. Trump got in. I think if he had went out there and acted like there is fight in Democrats, this is what it looks like to fight. Because there's a lot of people out there, me included.
Let me take a liberty here. Let's take him out. Let's take the noun out.
Yeah.
Obama. Let's talk about the environment that we all live in.
Yeah.
That makes us feel like we need to change our language.
Yeah.
That's
change our
essentially
behavior.
the problem,
That's
isn't it?
Yeah, that's it.
Right. So whether he had it happen to him or not, it still exists.
Yeah.
It's still a thing.
I don't want. It's unfair
Yeah.
for us to put all of this in his lap, on his lap, because what all I was trying to say. And
Why
thank
he
you-
got to?
thank you.
Why does he have to behave and Trump doesn't?
Right.
Because we don't own the chessboard.
But we're not talking about him no more. We're talking about the fact that you're right, that we have to do that too often.
That's the
And
conversation.
this is what we ain't doing
That's
no more.
why.
This is what we ain't doing no more.
Right. Right. That's why you separated from your girlfriend.
We ain't finna
who
be
ain't down with
bilingual.
certain things.
We're not being bilingual no more.
Right.
No more.
You're gonna get black. That's what you're gonna get.
Black be black.
Yeah.
Okay, y'all. Michelle's got news, y'all.
Okay.
Let's hit this break. Y'all know the number, but it don't work. Stay tuned for more of the family meeting.
Polaris is introducing a way for you to get empowering financial advice, save, and plan. If you are like a lot of people, you'd like to work with a financial planner, but don't know if you earn or have enough to invest. Save and Plan will allow us to work with nearly anyone from young professionals to retirees looking to travel the world. Save and Plan is simple. Just sign up to save on a systematic monthly basis directly from your account and gain access to a planner and our planning services. Once you sign up, Polaris gives you a customized financial plan, a real person to speak with, and information to help you make good financial decisions. Your dedicated planner is just an email or phone call away. Save and Plan offers empowering advice for everyone. Visit us at polarisadvice.com. Call us today at 312-951-2606 or email us at polarisadvice.com. That's 312-951-2606 or email us at polarisadvice.com. Save and Plan. Empowering advice for everyone. Securities, insurance, and advisory services offered through FSC Securities Corporation. Member FINRA SIPC. Insurance services offered through Polaris Insurance Agency Inc., which is not affiliated with FSC Securities Corporation.
This is Miss Lady B, La Boricua. Now it's time for the family meeting news.
This is Michelle Peltier, and here's more of what we are following on the family meeting. Rudy Giuliani reached a deal Thursday that lets the cash-strapped ex-New York City mayor keep his homes and belongings, including prized World Series rings, in exchange for unspecified compensation and a promise to never again speak ill of two former Georgia elections workers who won a $148 million defamation judgment against him. The agreement revolves all pending litigation between Giuliani and the former election workers, Ruby Freeman and her daughter, Shay Moss. It also led to the cancellation of a trial that was supposed to begin Thursday to decide the ownership of his Florida condominium and three World Series rings that Giuliani had received from the team. Yeah, left unanswered how much Giuliani agreed to pay the women and how he's footing the bill and whether anyone is helping him. Freeman and Moss won the massive judgment after Giuliani's lies about them following DT's 2020 election loss led to death threats. The past 4 years have been a living nightmare, she said. We have fought to clear our names, restore our reputations, and prove that we did nothing wrong. Today is a major milestone on our journey. They added that Giuliani agreed to never speak or defame them again. Well, then they get to sue him again. Well, he has something because he gets to keep his apartment, which really makes me angry. Ben Johnson has officially been announced as Chicago Bears' new head coach. Johnson said he's looking forward to fully ingraining in this great city of Chicago. The Bears beat out the Las Vegas Raiders and the Jacksonville Jaguars to get the first-time head coach, who was the most coveted candidate in this cycle. Johnson has been considered one of the top candidates for the Bears' coaching vacancy, thanks to his prowess as Detroit's play caller on offense. The Bears also now need to use their significant salary cap to draft picks to upgrade their offensive line. Come on, keep hope alive. It might happen. All right. Planned Parenthood of Illinois will be closing 4 health centers, including one in Chicago's Inglewood neighborhood, due to a financial shortfall and an uncertain patient care landscape under the DT administration, the reproductive health care provider announced on Wednesday. In addition to Inglewood and Chicago, Planned Parenthood health centers in Ottawa, Decatur, and Bloomington in central Illinois will also be closing. In an effort to minimize patient disruptions, Planned Parenthood of Illinois leaders say they plan to expand patient care as needed at locations in Champaign, Peoria, Springfield, Waukegan, and in Chicago's Roseland neighborhood. Illinois has seen the highest volume of abortion patients coming from other states since the overturning of Roe versus Wade, according to Planned Parenthood of Illinois. And might I just add that Planned Parenthood does a whole lot for women, not just abortions, and it matters. Yep. And healthcare. Yeah. Please visit our webpage, cfmradioshow.com. You can subscribe and follow us on, that thing that guy has over there. Instagram, Facebook, Threads, TikTok, Spoutable, Blue Skies, and Fanbase. Also subscribe and follow our YouTube channel to view us live. Receive reminders when we are on the air. I'm Michelle Peltier. We'll be right back.
This is Chicago's Progressive Talk, 820 AM, WCPT Willow Springs, and online at WCPT820.com, where facts matter.
Hey, family meeting cousins. As you know, we've created a Patreon family meeting subscription and membership page to include you great listeners in our effort and give you a chance to very economically promote your business, organization, or local event. You can contribute as little as $5 per month to get your message out and support the family meeting as a viable voice. We know you appreciate our permanent interest dialogue, get up and dance playlist, and our great guests who stop by. So become a cousin and go to our website, tfmradioshow.com, and click the link.
Poetry. It's floating. It's floating. It's floating. It's floating. It's floating. Yeah. Poetry. We're all right. I'm the ghost and I'm all right. She's gone and she all right. What? Yo, I say what's up? What's up with you? You feeling good? We feel it too. We're gonna mess now. Sit with this groove. I step on one, you step on two. Now when we move, we're feeling the vibe, right? Said if we move, we're making a vibe, right? And if it's day or if it is night, we're feeling alright. Said we be alright, alright. What?
Yeah, yo. So people are drinking in here. There's booze in here. They're drinking, and
It's not booze.
It's not booze. What's it? Kool-Aid?
Alcohol flavored water.
Okay. Says drunk ass Adrian. The number is 773-763-9278, but it don't work.
I just got a text from my boys out in Los Angeles. He said, "Rich, stay inside. ICE is in Chicago."
That's hilarious.
That's
hilarious.
And they are.
Oh, yeah, they are.
And can we talk about that targeting? Because everybody understands why we're on the list, right?
Uh-huh.
Yeah.
Yeah, there's no question why.
Because when he brought his butt here to campaign the first time,
we said, no.
We were like, we don't want you here.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's all about Obama, though.
I'm telling
That's
them
all it
Ukrainians and the Polish people, that's what I'm going to do. They over there.
Yeah, go get them.
George is over there.
Yep.
That's
I was talking to a woman named Kate Lincoln Goldfinch, who is an immigration attorney down in Texas, the other day. And I said, Kate, so let me just ask you 3 questions that folks have been asking me. How does this going to work? And she broke it down. But I said, I have to ask you a very specific, literal question. As a black man in Chicago, I said, let me ask you this question. Are they going to roll up on black folks in Chicago, meaning ICE, and, say that they need to look at our papers and all this other kind of garbage to, roll us into this conversation? She said, Richard, there's a little chuckle in her voice before she answered.
Mhm.
She said, Richard, listen, this is what's going to happen. She said, all this stuff is go forward legislation and executive orders. She said, they're not going to be coming into the private homes of black people to, pretend that they're going to try to find somebody. And I said, okay, I just wanted you to say it as an immigration attorney. I said, because what I know from a lot of black people is they definitely aren't going to be coming into our houses to take people out of the black homes. I said, that's not going to happen. She laughed because she knew exactly what I was talking about. But what say y'all on that? ICE is here.
Well, look, I read that they were targeting Native Americans.
Yeah.
And where, pray tell,
as close to
do they send them?
Yeah.
I mean, listen, man, all of it's stupid.
It's ridiculous.
What it is it's proof positive, at least for me, that they never stopped pushing after the Civil War.
I
Right.
agree.
Yep.
Now I do.
They never stopped. They never gave up. They kept pushing.
Yeah. So, and this just goes to show, them catching in their net, if you want to put it that way, this U.S. military veteran, right?
Yeah.
So, and then they're forcing him to try to come up with paper. Why do you pick that person? He is who he is. He's done what he's done. But why is that person?
Or whatever. Who are you talking
No.
Do you really want the answer to that question?
No, I want to know. But there's
because I'm not in the habit of asking questions I don't care about the answer to.
So the military
You can if you
got
want to.
caught up in this ICE raid
in
in
Newark.
Newark, right?
Okay.
And it's simply because it was racial profiling
Yeah.
and nothing more. So the thing that they got rid of in New York, right? Now it's across the country. It doesn't matter what you did.
This is
or who you are.
national version of search and frisk.
That's
Stop and
right.
frisk.
You just need to look a certain way, and we're going to stop you and put you in the back of a van, and then you can prove later that we grabbed the wrong person.
But if you happen to, like the Mayor Johnson said, if you happen to be up in Ukrainian Village or you happen to be in
They're not going
one of the
there.
other, they're not going there.
They're not even going
And
there.
That for all the white folks out there across the planet that are listening to this, following this, that is racial profiling. Because we know daggone well.
Yeah, but you're attaching a legal term to wanton criminals.
Right,
They
exactly.
don't care about
They don't care
legality
about
of that
No,
stuff.
and that's the thing. We know that. Black folks know that.
They never have.
They never have. And
They've
won't
always
ever.
picked somebody to aim themselves at. It was the Chinese in the early
And it's
1800s.
typically people that are weaker in means and all the other things.
Irish, Italians, everybody got aimed at some point.
So they can show off their so-called strength.
Because that's who this country is.
It's a bunch of fake, mediocre white dudes that have been running around, running stuff, but not running it in anywhere other than into the ditch, like President Obama said. They ran it into the ditch, and we got to pull it out.
I mean, the asinine thing, if you, to spend extra money to have extra bathrooms, so you ain't got to share bathrooms with certain people.
Yeah.
I mean, we don't have any money for a lot of things, but we're going to have some extra bathrooms.
Yeah.
And check this out. The dude who was supposed to be getting rid of all the waste in government spending and efficiency hires two dudes to be co-leads of a new
Wasteful and spending a group
Yeah.
and ain't doing a damn thing.
Yeah.
But
Well, there's only
but
one now.
and one
There's
is
only
gone
one
now.
now.
Of course, how long is he gonna last?
But
Well, when he
siphoning
talked
money-
about
but-
them thinking that he was one, they were like,
Yeah.
no.
Right.
You ain't
You
one
don't
of
get
us.
to do that.
That's the
yeah. Elon Musk and them are like, you're not like us. You're not like us.
y'all let a crazy orange menace bring on a couple of or associate himself
Immigrants.
with a couple of immigrants
Immigrants.
to run your communications networks throughout the country, and then tell us that immigration is bad. Meanwhile, check this out. Here's one for you, Eric. So
Wait, hold on a second. I hear you. We're talking about him now. We're talking about him.
Well, it's true.
Right,
Sometimes we have to.
I don't necessarily like talking about him. I like
Right.
talking about the things that he's done and the consequences
Yeah, but see,
of it.
This was an evil empire thing. I promise you it was.
Okay, go ahead. I'm sorry.
The evil empire has said that people should be leaving Gaza. This is America's evil empire telling another country what should happen in its country. Going back to what you said earlier, and that those people can be displaced in other surrounding countries, Egypt and so forth and so on. So that means that immigration is okay
when we
As long as they don't
dictated.
come here.
Need I say anything else?
Yeah.
Thank you, E.
Right. It's the evil empire. What do you do when you realize that you're the stinky one?
That's a perfect example of being a
Stormtrooper. I
stinky
prefer Stormtrooper.
When you discover that you're actually a stormtrooper.
Adrian, you would probably freak out if somebody walked past here right now in a stormtrooper's outfit. You'd probably freak out.
No,
Were they?
I would think
were
he was
those,
cosplaying.
Were those guys? Were they robots? Some of them?
No, they were clones.
Were they?
They were clones.
He answered that too
thought
quick.
that
They
they
had a
were-
black one though. In the most recent Star Wars, he seemed like he was human.
Yeah, well,
As
so
we always are.
So there's not one clone, but that entire
Okay, I
army.
shouldn't have asked. I didn't. I asked a question I didn't care about the answer
Are
to.
you?
I don't know what happened. I was thinking about them damn cupcakes. Distracted. I asked him a question. Said I don't care.
Eric had
It's not one clone. There are many clones.
Thank you for that. Okay, so evil empire.
Evil empire. That's what this is. What this.
So everybody that I talk to, I've been saying the same thing. How do you feel about living in the evil empire?
Some love it because they benefit from it.
No, I mean, but listen.
They don't.
listen,
they don't
listen.
recognize that it's an evil empire.
But recognize when I ask the question, how nobody's ever heard it put that way, and they have no idea what the hell I mean.
Can I say something? May I say something?
Will you please, Michelle?
Knowledge is power, right? So once you know that you're in the evil empire, I think it makes you stronger. And I'm saying that because I've been having these conversations these whole weeks that we've been apart with my girlfriends in the two categories I told you about. And I say to them, I became, because I told you when I came back from college, I felt like I was Angela Davis because I grew up with white people and then I go to college, blah, blah, blah. But it wasn't until I started having conversations with you, Eric, you, Richard, you, Adrian, that I became enlightened. And I think the conversations that you've had with me, people like me who have been, I can't think of another term, but I'll just use mainstreamed. We have hope, right? I grew up with hope that this country could change and evolve and grow and become more and more inclusive. And this election, I mean, had we not been having these conversations, I'd be burning stuff down. Seriously, I'd be so angry. But because of the conversation, and this is my point,
I
that
didn't
we
know you
should.
had any terrorist tendencies.
You never heard me.
You didn't realize that?
Really?
Burn it down.
I know she's scrappy, but burning stuff.
Burn
down?
it down.
That's the
Burn it
ones you the scrappy ones you got to worry about.
What do you think
Burn
this
it down.
cigarette is for, Eric?
I'm sorry. Go ahead before you forget.
My point is, I think that we need to have more of these types of conversations because there are a lot of me in the world, right? I absorbed the conversations that we were having, especially when it came close to the election, right? And I was able to disengage because of those conversations. Had I not been a part of them, my feelings would have been hurt. I would have been confused. I would have not understand what was happening. Why is this country doing this to us? But now I know for sure. I will say it on a building.
You know what?
We live in a racist country.
I love
evil empire.
Evil
I
empire.
love the thing that she said. I gotta tell you, and she said, "I was mainstreamed."
Thank you.
I swear to God,
I know.
that is so it. And think of,
it's hard to resist too. But
it's hard to resist.
Well, if you don't
but
know
that is what it
anything
is,
else.
man. And everybody's mainstreamed. And at some point, for someone has to be, one of their boys got to come and pull them, or one of the girls got to come up and grab them by the collar and say, you got to get out of the mainstream. You don't see what's going on except what they want you to see. Because I love that she,
That's a heartfelt, honest,
I
self-assessed.
was mainstream,
right?
man. That's such a deep assessment.
But listen, I didn't know it.
Well, that's what I'm
That's-
saying.
that's
That's because of the
but
conversations you
Michelle,
had.
Let's go back to the original question of the day about the evil empire. Acknowledgement is so critically important, and then after you do that, then you can do the deeper dive and go, because Eric's a very introspective person.
Oh my gosh.
He's extremely
I don't think so.
introspective. I would
You are.
shut up. I'm right. I'm older. I'm right. You're very.
You are older, right?
I'm
I agree with you
So
there.
there, see, I got one yes out of him. Now let's go for 3. He's very introspective.
And he thinks different.
And because of that,
I'm here. I can hear you.
We know
So,
you are.
you're
You
talking
are
about
very
women
okay.
like
You
I
are,
wasn't here.
and he forces us to think like to another level on a certain topic, right? Because he'll come with the question of
Yeah,
what
yeah,
you.
Okay, good.
And today, when we started, and he said that, and now for you to acknowledge the mainstreaming,
Yeah.
it's hard to resist.
But you
'Cause
don't
we
know
get-
till you know, though.
We get.
I got pulled in. Like when Biden decided he was going to run, I was troubled, right? But then when he switched to Kamala, all the data told me no, there's no way she could win. But I was hopeful.
Yeah.
I was excited about her having gone to
you gotta
Howard.
be-
I thought maybe, and then she started doing things, and then we started seeing her. I'm like, maybe, but the data kept telling me there's no way in this country
Yeah.
she can win.
I was only hope. I was hopeful. I was hopeful. That's all I was. I wasn't convinced that she was going to win. I was hopeful that she would.
And see, I was certain of it.
Yeah.
Because you thought something about this country.
Yes.
Yeah.
It was
You didn't
that-
realize it was the evil empire.
I didn't
Right.
until November 6th.
Yeah.
Well, you admitted to all of us, certainly to me, how absolutely shattered you were over it.
Oh my gosh.
And let's be honest,
still-
guys. Let's be
still
honest.
upset.
Michelle gets to take this a personally in a different way than we do because she is a representation of what didn't happen.
Yeah.
And so we can still
And she's Snotty Pippen.
and she's Snotty Pippen.
See there?
to
There we
that-
go.
But
There
to
you go. Here
that
comes the
end,
waterworks.
that does further what Eric said though about the evil empire. The evil empire has no space for you, let alone us.
Yeah.
They certainly have no space for you.
Yep.
You know.
That was a
she,
tough realization, really.
She can pass though. She could get away.
Oh
It's just your-
my God.
We get to the end of this hour so I can cuss him out.
But see,
Throw
but
at him.
This is what's happened though. As jokingly as we put it, this is what's happened. Black women are like, you know what?
I'm done.
I'm done. And I'm glad for it. I'll be honest with you. I'm glad
Yeah.
for it. Because, y'all know.
Don't mess around with them black women trying to get them to come get it.
I
do
have,
it.
Yeah, I have been of the opinion for a very long time that this is for our white brothers and sisters to fix because they
Yeah,
created
absolutely.
this problem. I've been of this mind for a very long time.
Mm-hmm.
So, if we want to disengage and pull back and say, this is, you all been putting all your money with these folks that have, mainstreamed everybody to believe whatever they want to believe.
They
You
want
won't-
assimilation.
How is it that these people on these, these left-leaning networks won't just say the dude's a dang liar? He lies every time. Why wouldn't they just? Well, this is kind of a misinformation.
Trying to
That's a
normalize it.
lie.
Yeah.
That's a lie. Here's where he lied. This is where he lied. He's a liar. You can
Why
can
would
say.
And
I don't
why,
get it.
Eric, help me understand something. Please, y'all. Let's just do some quick math. You got a contract with the network.
Sorry, it's reactionary.
His adenoids kicking in.
Reactionary.
Rich,
Said math.
Rich older than math.
Rich said math, Eric. You gotta snort.
Let's do some numbers. Let's do some calculation. You got a $10 million contract with the network. And, it's a 5-year contract. It's $2 million. Your net is $1 million after taxes and all you got $1 million a year, right? That should give you the ability, if you're not mediocre, that should give you the ability to go, if I can't live off of $1 million a year, then something's wrong with me. I should be able to say, oh, hell no, he lied. And y'all go fire me over it? I got a contract. You got to pay out a part of it, and I'm good. I'll go do my own. That's why, like the Jennifer Rubins of the world and some of the Norm Mind and some of the other folks that have kind of walked away from the media entity that they work for and said they're going to do their own thing, those are the people, the white folks, that I'm like, I can give you some props. Joe and Mika as an example, to go back to this whole thing about not saying, speaking the truth. Y'all got a ton of money.
Yep.
I'm waiting for their last day to
y'all
come
are
up pretty
punks.
soon.
Yep.
Y'all are punks because
Yep.
you can't speak up to that.
Yep.
Man.
Got to get people to admit that this is the evil empire. Because
It's not gonna happen.
you can't really address what you need to address unless you do. Otherwise, you're pursuing back to something.
Yep.
And that ain't good either.
Yep.
I'm just saying. Yeah. All right, y'all. The number, it don't matter.
Give it anyway. That's how they have it. Give it
Raggedy
anyway.
ass Russell Butler. Stay tuned for more of the family meeting.
This is Michelle from the Family Meeting. And let me tell you about the Villager Gift Boutique located at 2007 Ridge Road in downtown Homewood, Illinois. The Villager is your gift shop for unique, hand-selected, high-quality gifts. The Villager's owner, Valerie, travels internationally to trade shows and fine art festivals to bring a variety of unique, high-quality items, including fine gifts, bath and body products, candles, jewelry, clothing, home accents, leather goods, stationery, gourmet goodies, and so much more. The customer experience is very inviting and ideal for helping you find the perfect gift, especially for those shoppers who are looking for that unique gift for those who are hard to shop for. Oh, and the gift wrapping is complimentary. Shop in person in Homewood, Illinois, or online at thevillagergiftshop.com. That's thevillagergiftshop.com.
Do you own a business in Illinois? Are you aware of the new retirement plan requirement that could impact your business? Listen up, this is crucial information you don't want to miss. If you're a business with at least 5 employees and have been operating for 2 years or more, Illinois law now mandates that you provide a retirement plan. But don't worry, we've got you covered. Polaris Wealth Management can be your professional partner in navigating this new landscape. We specialize in helping businesses just like yours establish affordable retirement plans that meet your needs and keep you compliant. You may avoid penalties as high as $500 per employee by acting now. Our team of seasoned professionals will guide you through the process step by step, making it easy for you to set up a 401k, a simple IRA, or another qualified retirement plan. Visit our website at polarisadvice.com for more information or shoot us an email at polaris@polarisadvice.com. We're here to help you provide your employees with the retirement benefits they deserve while safeguarding your business from potential fines. Don't let these changes catch you off guard. Contact Polaris Wealth Management today, and let's work together to build a better retirement future for your employees and your business. Visit polarisadvice.com or email us at polaris@polarisadvice.com. Securities offered through Lion Street Financial LLC, member FINRA and SIPC. Investment advisory services offered through Polaris Wealth Management LLC. Polaris Wealth Management and Lion Street are not affiliated.
At Saga Martial Arts, we're dedicated to preserving the traditions of Shoreiru Karate. Our dojo is more than a place to learn martial arts. It's a place to build respect, self-discipline, and confidence. Whether you're a beginner or an experienced martial artist, young or old, we offer a supportive environment for you to grow. Join our community. Embrace the rich history of karate and discover your strength both inside and out. Saga Martial Arts, where tradition meets excellence. To book a lesson, give us a call at 312-927-0184 or send us an email at karateinvillapark@gmail.com.
You should be here with me, babe. You should be here with me, babe. Girl, you know you drive me crazy. You should be here, babe. Oh, girl, I just want you should be here in the morning time when I'm making my breakfast. You should be here beneath me, to feel me, to heal me. You should be here to wrap me.
All right, y'all missed a good discussion about cooking.
Me. You should be here. I'm a good man, and I work hard on my night job.
Yeah, I know the music's up too. I get it. You missed a good conversation about cooking.
Cooking and working on your electronics.
Yeah, right. Michelle's sitting in the dark. She can't turn the lights on.
I have my TV. I just can't get local stations.
And you have an antenna?
Adrian told me months and months ago,
Digital
get an
tuner.
antenna.
Yeah.
So I did because it was like $8.
Yeah.
And then I
But that
I
could have been
connected it to
analog.
the
You might
TV.
need a digital convert.
Okay,
We'll talk to you.
let's sleep.
It's, Michelle, it really is easy. I just did it.
Did you?
I just did it at home.
For your local?
It's very easy.
You got to know what you need. You
got
got to
an
know what you
antenna?
need.
It's easy. It's easy, but don't stress over it. We'll get you there.
We'll get you.
You get to watch TV.
I can watch it now. I just can't watch my local stuff.
We'll get you squared away.
I can't get my WGN or anything.
We'll get you
Because they went to digital. You need a digital.
I got 3.
I don't know what I have. I don't know.
I know you don't.
Take a
It's
picture
all
and
right.
send it to me. And I'll-
Okay.
All right.
It's all part of the evil empire. Don't worry about it.
Yeah,
Right.
And the stormtroopers.
Right.
They're the ones that are blocking your signal. So, Eric, what made you think? You said you had thought about this and it was on your mind. What made you come to the point of the question about the evil empire? What brought you to that? What was the stuff that was going on and kind of filtered in, and you were like, that's kind of where I want to be?
Yeah, I was in Washington. I happened to stay I stayed in an Airbnb in this time. I usually stay in a hotel.
Wow.
Yeah, because I didn't want to be in a hotel where I run across one of those Klansmen.
Sure.
And be on the elevator with them. And
That makes
Yeah,
sense.
then I have something to say. And
Yeah.
in fact, one of them was in the airport with that raccoon hat on, like old boy.
yeah.
I started the trip as dumbass.
See, I would
That's
have
assault.
asked him why. I would have asked him why.
I don't really care why.
See, but I do.
That's stupid.
Because I have people that I care about that did that, and I really want to know why.
Do you really?
Michelle, don't
really
you know
do.
why?
How about they're
Well,
just
here's,
stupid?
Here's my confusion about it. These are people that I love who say they love me.
So you love some stupid ass people then?
How
I
many
don't know that
times
they're
has an
stupid.
abuser?
They're stupid.
How many times has an abuser told his or her loved
Dang.
one that they love them
Dang.
and justifies further abuse by saying, "But I love you."
That's
Look what you made me do to you.
And no, that's exact. But this is going back to Eric's point. To address the evil empire, we've got to be willing to ask that question. Dang. We have to be willing to say, "So you love me, and we love each other, but you did this," which means that if I'm out there on my own one day, and you love me, you made a decision, a calculated decision, to sign off on this person causing me harm.
Question your decision making.
But that's what that's how I've articulated it to her.
What kind of answer could they possibly give you?
There is no right, there is no good answer. Let me just say that. There's nothing
Okay,
that you
interesting
can say
answer,
to
useful
me.
answer.
No, there's nothing that you can say to me to help me change my opinion about what you did. I'm just curious about what rationale you went through in your mind.
I'm
because
curious why you're curious though.
Because I am connected to this person.
Do
You
you
need
want
to
them-
disconnect from that fool.
do you want, okay, in all honesty, Michelle, is part of it sort of the human nature in all of us to change that person?
No,
or
no,
fix
no,
that
no, no,
person?
no, 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 no. It's none of that.
Can I suggest that they weren't really thinking about you when they made that decision?
Wow.
And you're probably right about that.
Or there's a possibility they did, and that's what they think of you.
It's one of the two, and
they
neither is
either weren't really thinking about you when they made that decision, or they thought, when they made that decision, they didn't really care about how it would affect.
It might be the latter. That they didn't really
They
care.
didn't
That's hugely problematic. There's
It's-
no good answer to that.
There is no good answer, but I ask questions.
Yeah,
I
which
want-
is
I want-
fair.
I want an answer.
Why is that fair?
It doesn't mean that the
It sounds like it's an
situation-
unfair waste of your time.
It's not for me.
No, because I'm question dude too.
I'm
You
inquisitive that way.
I'm like her. I'm question dude too.
Wasting people's time. You wasting my time now.
No.
Well, Ian, there's a person.
I want to know.
Okay, I'm going to say
Why?
two things.
Because listen, there are always teaching moments in the world. I can be a teacher.
But
You
that's
can be
why-
a
but
teacher.
that- but Mich-
I can learn. You can learn. So let's have honest conversations with
So-
each other.
Yes. So I can see her saying, okay, now I understand why you made that decision, and now you have to understand why, my decision is to separate from you.
Right. And
Right.
to say what you said, I don't trust you.
Yeah.
As Chris Rock said, when the revolution comes, I'm going to kill her first. Remember that? When he was talking about his uncle, talking about his white wife, when the revolution comes, I'm going to kill her first. Because that's the way I think that she thinks about me.
So then just kill her then.
When the revolution comes, she's going to
Here's
kill
the
me
problem, y'all.
first.
It's already here. It's been a slow-moving train since the end of the Civil War. It's already here. It's been here. It's just been moving slowly and throwing all these crazies on the train. Come on, join on. We're gonna keep this thing moving slowly. They aren't gonna get it. They're gonna be paying attention to this over here, the distractions. To your point, you know, we're gonna pay attention to these executive orders. Meanwhile, these other things over here, which are actually more damaging, are what we really are about. So the train that's been happening, Michelle,
Right.
and our responsibility, if you want to call it one, is to now keep building the community that we've allowed in some ways to slip away because we have been mainstreamed.
We have to screen those though who we let in the community.
Bingo. Much more stringently than ever before.
Right.
And it's about the work.
If there's any question, you can't come in.
Right. So I've been criticized for being married to who I'm married to. But I've often said I can cite people who aren't married to someone like Ann that don't do the works that I do.
Ann is amazing.
So for me, what matters is the works.
Yeah.
And the screening.
In addition to that, she's
But
amazing.
that to Eric's point is what we, you know, listen, our own evaluations are critically important now. We as Black folks, not people of color, have got to be much more stringent with who we allow to get up in here with us.
Yeah.
We
because,
have to be.
because you know, they are using people who aren't, as we say, Black folks, to undermine Black folks.
Exactly.
They are co-opting and getting in these communities of people that I like to call, you know, white adjacent, and it's right, or people who want to be white adjacent, right? And so they use them because we have been the catalyst for much of the change in this country for policies that benefit everybody, not just us.
And taking blows.
And taking blows.
In
for everybody, not just us.
In 1997, 98, I saw Maya Angelou speak at a women's event at the Hyatt. And I was one of maybe, and it was probably 1,000 people there. There may have been 100 guys there, half of which were working, you know, that were working there. So it was a women's event. I got invited by a good friend of mine, LGBTQ white woman, that said, "Hey, Rich, I'd really like you to come to this with me." I said, "All right, cool, I'm down." So I went. Maya Angelou said something that has always stayed with me, and I never heard anybody say it before, but she split the fairway. She said, "Here we are as women of different communities, all fighting for the same thing. But let me be perfectly clear. None of us would be here were it not for the civil rights movement and the Black empowerment
That's exactly
that fueled it."
And that's what I'm saying.
That was 1998-ish. And I think about that today, and I'm like, that still holds true.
Because we're the heroes of this story.
Well, the feminist movement didn't initially include us.
Actually,
But the
wait a
civil
minute,
rights movement
it did though. It did until they relented and said, "We'll give you what you want as long as you don't include Black women."
Yeah,
that's right.
Okay.
So that's why the civil rights movement was more more powerful than the women's movement. And white women listening, don't y'all get pissed off about that, because that's the truth. It wasn't until the civil rights movement said we're going to be inclusive of everybody that the women's movement really took off.
The thing about what you wrestle with though, Michelle, is, and I think in the 90s, maybe even earlier than that, the data wasn't as readily available, right? So everybody who made the decision to do what they did saw exactly what you saw.
Yes, that's the challenge. That's what's hard.
Yeah, and did what they did anyway.
Because she's a really smart woman.
No, she's not.
Book smart, maybe.
She's well educated, but she doesn't and
She faked it somewhere. No, you can't be smart and make that decision. You can't.
No.
I don't know. All
And
I
smart
would
stuff,
say
you know
is
what?
I made cast my vote for the greater good of everybody.
As Black women,
which is what y'all do
Right.
and what we do. Yeah.
That other vote was just, I don't know what the hell that was.
You do.
You do. We just talked about
I mean,
that
you know what? I'm just
earlier.
saying it just matter of factly, like
Yeah,
you know what I mean?
But you know what it was.
That's what we
You
have
know
to.
what it was.
That vote was a disqualifier. She's
Right,
not
because-
entitled to your friendship.
And I believe that to be true, as you know. So
Who cares why?
it's a wrap.
Stay away from me because you're dangerous.
I put it in this
You
vein.
didn't give a damn about me when you did that.
Right. You care more about yourself and whatever else, but I don't care what you cared about. You say you care and love me, but when it came to the critical moment, the fork in the road, you chose to go this direction
fork in the
and allowed me to stand there butt ass naked.
Yep.
That's what
I'm
I
crying
keep
With your
telling-
booty hanging out. No.
This is what progressive liberal Democrats have got to face. They've got to face this.
Yep.
All of them, white folks, black folks, all the people that call themselves in that goulash. We have got to stop playing this damn excuse game and giving people favor when they stood there and had an opportunity to put their hand out and say, "Come with me. I'm gonna be there with you," like I said I've been. And they closed their hand and gave you a fist. We need to be strong enough and unapologetic enough to say, "I'm done with you."
Even at the risk of creating discord.
Because
in normally peaceful situations, if you're at your church and you run across one of them, listen, you got to make them feel like you're getting ready to whoop that ass.
Yeah.
In church.
Yeah.
If it's at work, same thing. I don't care who you are. I'm coming over to your cubicle to whoop your ass.
I have an impending conversation that's going to happen with a friend of mine.
Can I say whoop your ass on the air? Can I say that?
I already did. I think you're good.
I think you
Whoop
say
your
ass.
behind. He said whoop your behind.
I said ass. I said ass.
But that's okay.
Whoop your ass.
Bingo.
Yeah. I can't say that.
You just can't say tap in front of it.
Okay.
Because why?
See, now he had to go there.
Because
he drunk
tap
ass Adrian.
is-
Drunk ass Adrian.
Right. I guess if you could say whoop your, you could say drunk ass.
You just can't say tap.
Why? Because
Let me get you a math problem to mess around with, man.
Math.
Distract you.
Eric, you need some math.
Ooh, ooh.
Eric, I need some math, Eric.
This one looks challenging.
Eric, I need some math.
I need some chocolate milk.
Eric, I need some math, man. Please.
and it doesn't come
Eric,
from a brown cow.
Some math equation. Please and thank you, Eric. I'm sorry, Asian. You got no me too, man. So
You're
don't
supposed to be
start.
saying
you
now.
Never get my.
I feel judgment. That's what he's supposed to be saying.
I have my alcohol. I ignore all other things.
Eric, so all right, I got to ask you this question, and I've asked this before. Somebody that you know that's near and dear to your heart. You find out that they voted for that Orange Menace. How are you going to deal with that person?
Oh, I'm not.
Okay.
Not.
All right. How are you going to? How do you think you'll interact if you're forced to?
That will be very unfriendly, and you will not feel safe.
Okay. Fair enough. I think we all have that responsibility right now.
Absolutely.
It's a responsibility.
They cannot feel safe. They cannot feel safe because
Yeah.
because they support people who don't want you to feel safe.
Right. And
they support somebody who let people out of jail who will not make it safe for you.
even if that person is black, we have to
No
be
longer safe.
especially if they're black.
No longer safe.
You know, I have those people in like in my social media feeds, and I leave them there. I don't. Oh, I stop deleting them and blocking them because yeah, but I also like to say things that I know makes them very uncomfortable. That's what I do.
Yeah.
And I know when they'll come to my page and and say some things about things that are not related to that because they have no excuse for what is happening in that whole bubble over there.
Here's the math.
There was a time like that where I might do that, but now I just say, no, you're stupid. I tell them as much, and then I'm done with it.
Oh, I do too. I kind of.
You don't get the benefit of my presence.
I'd rather spend that
or my
energy
thoughts.
on something else.
I hear you.
Because I put out too much positive energy and good stuff
Yeah.
on social media.
To
And
get
otherwise,
derailed.
you don't get none of that.
Right.
You get the thistle.
Yeah.
See, here's the thing too on that. And
You get this ugly ass orange.
We have to be.
It's really good.
That's why I leave them in my feed. That's why I leave them in my feed. But
we
listen,
still-
the only reason that I haven't left, that I really haven't left Facebook, because I'm barely on it, is just to take my little stiletto, my dagger, and just stab them.
Yeah, but we spend too much time on those that are undesirables on social media. You could tinker with the algorithm, and you get a wonderful community there if you spend time.
I
on it.
know, but a lot of my posts are I try to make them educational. I don't just. It's not just my opinion about something.
Don't give them the benefit of that. Then
But you know what? Here's the thing. There are some people that are still out there. Like when I used to have these debates and things that were going back and forth, I would, and you said it before, the cowards that come later in your DM and say, "Oh, that was a great conversation you had with that person," and it's great that you talk about that, whatever.
But they don't weigh in.
But they don't weigh in, and that's okay. Everybody don't have the huevos to weigh in.
Yeah.
Okay, then that's unacceptable.
No. Because everybody ain't built the same. So hear me out. Everybody's not built the same. But here's the thing. People still need to understand what's going on, what's really happening. And sometimes they're faced with these people that have these stupid arguments or positions or whatever. But when you can trash their positions and trash all that garbage, you have an audience that says,
I'd rather put my energy. I'd rather us put our energy
got too much to give
to the people, or the 80 million people
who need
that didn't vote. I'd rather try to work on those.
Some of them are listening.
These cookies are too valuable, man. You don't.
Yeah.
Some of those people are in those feeds and they're seeing these
Then you got to earn
conversations.
your right back in, but you out. If you're on the fence,
okay,
you out.
I'll give my lifeguard analogy when we come back on that.
How do they get brought back in? Who brings them
They
back?
got to figure out a way to earn their right back in. That's it.
They made a decision.
Yeah, but if you're not there to drop knowledge on them and let them
They
know.
got to figure out a way. They isolated themselves.
Yeah,
it ain't my problem.
I understand. You know what? That's not a wrong. There's no wrong answers.
You know that conciliatory shit.
There's no wrong answers.
All right, y'all.
He said shit.
Sugar, yeah. All right, y'all. Stay tuned for more of the family meeting.
Brothers might go broke, utilizing the effects of the forecast slant to make it last. Don't even ask
A 2016 study estimated that 13.1 million Americans were victims of identity theft last year. Fight back against your identity being stolen by signing up for Identity Guard. Identity Guard monitors your credit and identity information with alerts that can help you respond quickly if certain changes indicating fraudulent activity are detected, as well as help protect your computer from viruses, key logging, and other serious threats. Plus, with Identity Guard's dynamic credit management resources and tools, you will have helpful information as you make better financial and credit decisions. Identity Guard includes $1 million identity theft insurance and lost wallet protection, and more if you ever do become a victim. Protect your ID for as little as $6 per month. Yes, that's only $6 per month by visiting lookaftermyid.com. That's lookaftermyid.com to securely sign up for Identity Guard today.
A single K plan is a 401k plan designed especially for business owners and immediate family, regardless if they are incorporated or not. Single Ks offer both employer and employee contributions, and in many cases have no setup fee or annual plan administrative charges. Single Ks are simple to administer with no government reporting required. Most importantly, this plan allows employees to access their savings via hardship withdrawals or loans. Visit our website at polarisadvice.com or call us about your business or organization's retirement plan at 312-951-2606 or email us at polaris@polarisadvice.com. That's 312-951-2606 or email us at polaris@polarisadvice.com. Polaris provides empowering advice for everyone.
Securities offered through Lion Street Financial LLC, member FINRA, and SIPC. Investment advisor services offered through Lion Street Advisors LLC, registered investment advisors. Polaris Wealth Management and Lion Street Financial are not affiliated.
Polaris is introducing a way for you to get empowering financial advice, save, and plan. If you are like a lot of people, you'd like to work with a financial planner, but don't know if you earn or have enough to invest. Save and Plan will allow us to work with nearly anyone from young professionals to retirees looking to travel the world. Save and Plan is simple. Just sign up to save on a systematic monthly basis directly from your account and gain access to a planner and our planning services. Once you sign up, Polaris gives you a customized financial plan, a real person to speak with, and information to help you make good financial decisions. Your dedicated planner is just an email or phone call away. Save and Plan offers empowering advice for everyone. Visit us at polarisadvice.com. Call us today at 312-951-2606 or email us at polarisadvice.com. That's 312-951-2606 or email us at polarisadvice.com. Save and Plan, empowering advice for everyone. Securities, insurance, and advisory services offered through FSC Securities Corporation. Member FINRA, SIPC. Insurance services offered through Polaris Insurance Agency, Inc., which is not affiliated with FSC Securities Corporation.
Kick a little something for them cars that be bumping.
Yeah, but we need a beat that they can front. Be funky. You know what I'm saying? Funky cars out there and all the brothers. You know it's funky, cause you heard it from hearsay. A jam that you love that don't be getting no airplay. Strictly for front when you're riding around. 12 o'clock at night.
Here's the time. Here's the time where if you're listening on the radio, you should be switching over to YouTube because Yeah, we're on YouTube. Yeah, you can see us on YouTube now. Because as soon as we finish this thing in 15 minutes or so, we'll be on YouTube and we can cuss
loudly.
That's not why you should tune in, though.
Yeah, you want to hear us
should
cuss.
Tune in because we're in our natural habitat.
I don't cuss. Stella won't let me.
Like we're polar bears
Oh,
or something.
please, that's just not even true.
Stella won't let me cuss.
Oh, we
That
love
doesn't mean that
Stella.
you don't. That just means that she won't approve of it.
Not on air.
Oh,
Oh, come on, let the expletives fly
She will not let me cuss.
on YouTube. Yes.
you know, guys, on this conversation around how do we deal with folks, the
Wait a minute,
late
we got to tell them what we're talking about. So we were arguing about should we engage people who made the decision to support the Orange Menace.
If you have a relationship with them.
How could you ever?
whatever,
But because you didn't know before.
whatever capacity,
There is no relationship there.
whatever capacity that relationship was, personal, face to face, lifelong friend, relative, someone on social, whatever it was. This is how I look at it in terms of people being bamboozled or whatever. I go back to when Michael Cohen was being in front of the Senate, the House Ethics Committee, and the late Elijah Cummings said to him, he showed him some compassion. And I've talked about this before. He said, look, man, and I'm paraphrasing, you got caught up. You were in deep. And Donald was making you feel like you were Superman.
Yeah.
Blah, blah, blah. And you got caught up. And you didn't know how to get out when you started to see it was going sideways. Cohen broke down in tears because it's the first time somebody had said it to him that way.
Yep.
It took a black man, of course, to do it that way. He said, you got caught up. I understand how you got caught up.
Yep.
And you found yourself without a life raft.
Yep.
It was Michael Cohen at that moment, he changed his ways. Why? Because somebody helped him acknowledge that that something had gone awry. And he couldn't fix it himself. He needed some help. There are a lot of people who are in our lives, whether they be on social media through whatever, or they be face-to-face family and friends, that
some of them too.
that have gone down this path.
Yep.
And I know that we, because of who we are, particularly as black folks, we want to help them. It's in our nature, probably more than any other community on the planet. We want to help them. At the same time,
Look at Eric looking at you like, I don't
no. Eric knows what I'm talking about. At the same time,
He
we
may
all
not agree though.
No, he doesn't. Listen, I'm not speaking for Eric. Eric does agree. We want to help them, but our better sense says we shouldn't help them because they made a decision that even when we gave them the life raft, like Elijah Cummings did to Michael Cohen, they didn't change their behavior. Michael Cohen changed his behavior.
I'm not okay.
And so
I'm not talking about helping them.
It doesn't matter. Help's the wrong word. Whatever the word is, I don't need to have them taking
Matter
up
of fact,
space.
I hope the pain that they hoped would be inflicted on our community is inflicted on them 2, 3, 4, 5, 10-fold.
And
I
I
hope
would-
for that.
And I wish them the absolute worst.
I wish them the absolute worst.
Yeah. So that's why I'm saying
I want to help them at all.
our better sense says I'm not going to do that. I'm going to put them in this box over here, which is you got to endure the pain, player. I said it on my show the other day that behind whooping that this country has been putting on hold, on layaway, is now right here in front of them.
Yeah.
And it's unfortunate for some, but we've been trying to tell y'all for decades.
I'm a benevolent dude. You know me well enough. I'm a
Absolutely. That's why I
benevolent
said
dude.
that, assumingly.
But to people who earn it,
Yeah.
they haven't earned it. I don't want to help
No,
them.
they have not, E. In fact, we laid out, think about Thanksgiving. We laid out a room full of food. Some of our best preparation. Laid it out for them. Plate was nice. And they sat down and said, I don't know if that's really what I want. And they got up and walked the hell out and went down the street. So you can't come back.
So if I may comment about Adrian and what he's doing with his Facebook page. This is the reason I did what I did, and it might not relate to why you're doing what you're doing with Facebook. So when I worked at the church, there was a woman who was a volunteer. She was very entrenched within the community. White woman, of course. It's time for Barack Obama to start doing his thing, running. He wins. She has a group list of people who she sends stuff to. She proceeds to, I'm included on this list of emails that she sends about Barack with the bone in the nose and the, you know, she was all the way live on the other side with that. And she eventually looked at the list of people she was sending it to and took me off. But I never told her that I knew that she was doing that. And I did that intentionally because I felt like it gave me power. Because now I know what I'm dealing with every day. I know how to navigate my relationship with you because you revealed herself. And I don't have to talk to you about it. I'm not going to try to change your mind because you're an evil so-and-so.
Yeah. Michelle, you got to keep that energy, that last two sentences, front and center right now. Is that
what I say? I forgot.
You said, I'm not going to allow her to affect me that way because you're an evil so-and-so.
Yeah.
You have to remember that energy when you get tempted or teased to embrace someone that has made this decision. Remember that energy.
I'm not even close to being tempted or teased.
Okay.
What I want to do is just.
No, I get it. It's just like so what I envision when she's saying is keep your friends close and your enemies closer.
Because it gives you power.
That's what it is.
It does, because you know what they're thinking. You can navigate your way around all of that and conquer.
My father,
I want to occupy uncomfortable space around you and make you feel as uncomfortable as possible if I have to be around you.
Yes.
If I don't, if I can cut you off, if somebody works for me and they occupy that space, you're fired. Sue me if you want. You can't be here.
I hear what you're saying.
Yeah, I understand that. I totally, absolutely understand that.
But do you hear what I'm saying?
Yeah,
I do. I think it's a tremendous waste of time for someone who's otherwise has a lot of wonderful things to offer to society, and they become adjacent to wonderfulness, and they don't deserve it.
No, absolutely not.
It's just knowing who and what they are, not that you're engaging
They
with
would
them.
be adjacent if I didn't
Yeah,
know.
but if you're getting emails like you described, first thing I would do is go around to them and say, yo.
No, because I felt like I knew something about her that was shameful to her.
It's not shameful to them.
It was because she took me off the list.
She's a part of the evil. She's a part of the evil empire. This is a feature. It's not.
It wasn't shameful.
No. I hear Michelle
shameful for her to let me know that
That's
she
exactly
was that
right.
It wasn't shameful until that happened. So
Right. So
But
that's
my
the
point
thing.
is-
Shame was reached when she realized, oh crap, Michelle's in here. I
gotta
take
cut her off.
Yeah.
But I
Did
still.
she apologize?
No.
Of course not, because
You're
she's part of the
missing
evil
my entire
empire.
point, because
No, I feel what
I
Michelle's
can
talking
cut her off at a pass because I know who she really is now.
That's right.
Right? If I just treated her like a regular colleague, she could ambush me.
At any time.
But right now, I have the power because I see you. I know you.
Yeah.
Did you let her know you
beat
see her?
It defeats my
Yeah.
purpose to let her know that.
So think about this.
I'm playing chess.
So the fact that Michelle never said, "Oh, this is off of what you said," in that woman's mind, she doesn't know whether Michelle actually read that email or not.
Right, exactly. She might have
So-
thought that I caught it in time.
Yes.
So what?
yeah.
Michelle, I hear you and
Thank
I
you.
understand
Thank
exactly.
Hold on a second. I said,
Because
so
this,
what?
Thank you.
So what she knows?
Because
So what?
it allows me to navigate more freely within her
Exactly.
environment than
Yeah.
her
It ain't about
to
the other
navigate
person now,
around
it's about
me.
Michelle.
Isn't it really the point though to make her have to cower in her office away from everybody else for you to purposely deliver shame to her?
Or have her wondering and having that taking up rent space.
But those
Did
people don't
Michelle-
care though.
You have to be strategic about it. I've had a white woman in my
Exactly.
office and I made her cry, and it wasn't that one.
I understand. I totally
They
get
need
it.
to have sustained discomfort.
Yeah.
You know what might have been uncomfortable was constantly wondering whether or not Michelle saw that email.
Well, and wondering whether or not how she keeps beating me at this stuff.
They don't care about that.
Because she's always ahead of me in this.
Here's my chime in on it, and it may be crazy. That would have been for me. That would have been an opportunity to say, "Hey, Cheryl, I see you dropped me from the email group."
How'd you know that was her name?
I
I'm
just
kidding.
guessed.
I'm kidding.
But that's what I would have said. Hey, Cheryl, and then I would have done it in an open where there's other people that were receiving it. I would have said, "Hey, Cheryl, what did the email that you were sending out? What happened? I got dropped. What happened? In front of 3 or 4 other people that were on the email.
See, I might have done something like that too, but I would say, I'm not on your racist email chain anymore.
And
Why don't you send me some more racist emails?
So we'll play this out. And if she had said like, well, Richard, what email are you talking about? You know, the one that had the black folks with bones in their noses and that one.
The racist
one. Yeah. That's what I would have done because that would have accomplished everything.
And
that you're talking
again, we all deal with things differently. So I don't see anything wrong with the way Michelle dealt with it.
I don't think there's anything wrong with either of it.
And I don't think there's anything wrong with the way you all guys
what I'm
would deal
saying
with it.
is her not knowing that I know who she is gives me power.
Yes.
Here's the bigger piece of this, guys.
I don't know. Those people don't care.
Here's the bigger piece of
Yes,
this.
they do.
No. Here's the bigger piece, y'all. This is why we have to be very, very vigilant and stringent about the community. Here we are sitting talking about how we navigate white folks. And that's a damn shame.
They ain't talking about us.
And they ain't talking about navigating us. That's a damn
don't
shame.
care.
That's
But that's
it
because
right
they don't
there.
have to.
But this
because
is
they're
where
contributing to the evil empire.
right. They are the ones that are supporting it. They're the ones that are looking away from it. They're the ones that are in denial about it. And any white person that listens to this show or anything else that we do, you all know we're telling the truth. The fact that you, even as a progressive liberal Democrat, have the temerity to say, oh, Rich, hey, E, hey, Michelle, hey, Adrian, that's not really what happens, tells us everything that we already do know. We navigate, we spend our lives navigating this craziness, trying to
Having
find
to make everybody feel comfortable with our presence.
right. And yesterday, as an example,
It's time for me to make them feel uncomfortable with our presence.
Yesterday
by design.
I was at the gym yesterday.
I'm good with that.
And there was a couple. The dude was a white dude, all jacked up, working out, and his female accomplice. Thank you. And they started
co-conspirator.
Co-conspirator. He started to try to talk about Biden. I can't wait to see the price of eggs go down. And, the normal garbage, and it's Biden's fault. And he was talking to her. I couldn't tell if they were a couple or if they were on this business trip together, whatever. Long story short, he was trying to make it so that I could hear what he was saying. They weren't that far away.
Because they don't care what you think.
But he was he was trying to create that engagement.
Yeah.
He wanted me to take the bait.
Yeah.
Meanwhile, she was sitting there with her dumb behind. I didn't really realize that about stuff that she should have known. All right, I didn't really realize that. And really? Dumb as a box of rocks. The stereotypical white female, and y'all don't get upset, that needed the proximity to a white dude to do what you said earlier, Adrian. Mm-hmm. And I just laughed, and I walked over by one of the machines that they were at and stood like 5 feet away from him and did my little thing on a different machine and just listened. And I just chuckled when they were talking about stuff because I thought, I want you to know that I'm here and I'm going to make you feel uncomfortable in my presence. And then what happened, D? They stopped talking about it. They changed their tune.
Still felt the same way though.
They did.
Right.
But the fact that I walked over by them made them change for that moment in time.
Well, that's, yeah.
What?
It's kind of like water cooler. They stand around by the water cooler, and then when you walk close to the water cooler, they stop.
But Adrian, no. They knew that I heard them when I was 20 feet away. So when I got right up on them.
I'm just going to what Eric says is they still said this still feels the same.
I wasn't trying to change their behavior. I wasn't trying to.
I wouldn't either.
I was trying.
But I want them to be really uncomfortable.
That's what I was trying to do.
Oh, okay.
That's all I was trying to do.
Because if those people who harbor those sentiments, if everywhere they go they're made to feel uncomfortable, then they disappear.
20 feet away gave them comfort. 5 feet away made them realize.
Here's what might have made them really feel uncomfortable is by saying, you all don't have to stop talking about that dumb ish just because I'm standing here.
Right. That's what I would have done.
That's one way to approach it.
That would have, because.
Or I could have said, yeah, I can't. I'm so glad.
Let me hear some more.
Let me hear some more. I'm so glad. I didn't know that. And then let them start talking and go, you stupid, da 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 da. But I didn't do that. My point was making them feel uncomfortable by me getting in their space.
When they have themselves amongst their white mob, they will do that to you.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
When they get in groups, that's when they kind of light up.
How many times have you seen a one white dude? It's like lions. We want to be rhinos.
They don't know. They don't know.
Lions don't attack one.
All right, y'all. So this is the time where you have to wander over to YouTube because,
because I'm on a cusp.
Yeah, because we get to cuss. Yeah.
I don't cuss. Stella doesn't allow
It
it.
doesn't allow it. Yeah, it's the boss said you can't cuss.
We'll
All right, y'all.
you.
That's all the time we have. I want to
You'll
thank
move
you.
me?
That's all the time we have. I want to thank you for yours. Yeah, tune into the family meeting every Sunday at 4. That's Michelle. That's the black Asian dude. That's drunk ass Adrian.
She can't stop me from drinking. She can stop me from cussing, but not drinking.
Peace.
Wine cooler, champagne wishes, waterbed head. You with some riches, you love a hug 'em. I love the cute muggin'. As long as I'm around and down, nothing could ever.
Won't you body, the way you touch me, driving me.
All right, thanks, guys.
Thank you. You didn't air your commercial today,
did.
Devin.
He played it.
I didn't hear it. I'm sorry.
Y'all was busy arguing.
Oh.
All right, Devin. See you later, man.
Bye, Devin. Happy New Year.
You didn't put on your advert for the pizza
Okay.
party?
Say what?
You didn't put on the advert for the pizza party?
What pizza party?
Oh, good. You should. Good. Glad that you asked.
What pizza party?
The pizza party you planning?
Let's do another one in early April.
The one you and Michelle playing. You know, actually,
What do you
so
mean,
that was
you and
my
Michelle?
first time going.
What do you mean,
I
you
know,
and
right? I know, right? That was. That's the passive aggressive pushing people out front.
I know, right?
So that was the first time I'd ever been to Williams, but me and Stella have gone there since.
I was going to ask if you did. Isn't it amazing?
Yeah, I like the fact that they have really good food and that it's black owned. So that's
Well, that pizza, man.
So I went back there.
Out of control, man.
That pizza's so
I
good.
know.
And
Yeah.
the cat. Did you have the catfish yet?
No,
Hey.
but I will.
Sorry.
I didn't have the catfish, but I will.
Catfish is really good.
I never had catfish.
Oh Lord.
Is it
You've
good?
never had
Oh, yeah.
catfish?
I never had the catfish from Williams Inn.
Oh, okay. I was about to say, give me
Duh.
that card.
Yeah. Hey, you know he likes the chicken wings.
I was trying to get there before you did. Dang it. I was trying to say, but the chicken wings are
Take some
really
fancy
good.
to the chicken wings.
Sure.
I've had a couple people that have called into the show. or
Mr.
texted me.
Chu, is that Grey Poupon that you have?
No, man, that's the truth though. I've had some people that have called in or text on the show. It's like, so Rich, I heard you like chicken wings, or some version of,
Oh my
you know, 'cause you bring a knife
gosh,
and fork or
yes.
something like that. It's been hilarious.
Oh,
Yeah.
it's so funny.
Too funny, man.
That is too funny.
You know, I give us as black folks a whole bunch of praise right now. Because, yeah, we have to. We have to eat.
Going in on those cupcakes.
I'm gonna fuck up 2 of these real quick, like.
You gotta put them on camera so they can see what was brought in. Actually,
Have y'all seen this?
we gotta
dude?
share
Y'all
this.
seen this dude? He's a white guy that is. He's extraordinarily pro Black history.
Oh, okay.
This bearded white dude. Have you seen him?
Oh yeah, I saw him in D.C. At the game.
He's hilarious, man.
I'm gonna put up here
He'd be like
what Richard brought in for us from Ann. So
Oh, I got
our
one of
own
those too.
individual packages of and I don't know, the lighting may not be real well. So it's a light frosting on a lemon cake.
Hostess with the most.
And it looks, I can't wait to get it home.
Oh, it's gonna be good.
You gonna take it home? Really?
Yeah. I'm not
Hey,
gonna,
let me get that one to your right.
Huh?
Let me get
I'm not gonna hit it till I get home. It'll be
The what?
dessert.
You want hit?
that one.
Thank you, Ann.
You're like, no, you can't have that one. Look at you.
I want that one.
Oh, fine. We can keep it then. Give me that other one up top.
This one?
Yeah.
I want
we
that one.
supposed to eat these while we were here?
Huh?
I know, right? I hear you, man. What you say? What you say?
Well, it's hard to, it's hard to do
I have my earpiece off.
it's hard to talk while your
Next
mouth
clip.
is full.
Yeah, it is.
Huh?
That's what she
It's hard to
said.
talk while your mouth. Wow.
I know that was a layup. That was a layup. What can I say?
Yeah. I'll take one of those chocolate ones.
Will you?
I will.
Which one?
The one that looks like it's chocolate.
There's 2 of them.
What do you mean it's 2 of them?
There's 2 of them.
Either one, they're the same cupcake.
They look different.
Why are you buying into it, man? You know Eric all this time. You know he.
I want that one.
Huh?
I want that one.
You want me to get this one?
Yeah. I want that one.
Man, you need to stop.
You know Eric is the king of just Mr. Teasery.
But that's
I'm
that's
trying to make all my teeth fall out my
that's
head.
an Oreo on here.
Yeah, that's what's happening. It ain't a double step though.
That's an Oreo on top of these cupcakes.
Mm-hmm.
Oh my
Here.
word.
Yeah, you're eating a cupcake.
You know it, girl.
Eric and
But
Carl.
they want us to talk about more than cupcakes, though.
Who?
Whoever's listening on YouTube.
That's Michelle's people. Come on in to deal with your people, Michelle.
Eric in college.
Huh?
During finals, what I used to do.
Oh,
is
wow.
I would reserve one of the study rooms at the main library.
You eat cupcakes?
No, it's better than that. I would go to the Ralph's grocery store, and I would get a 6-pack of Tab. The Coke, the drink. I'd get a 6-pack of Tab, and I'd wrap them in aluminum foil, put them in my backpack, and I would go and buy a thing of double stuffed Oreos.
Double stuff.
And I'd take them Jodies with me to the library. I wouldn't have to leave until it closed because I had my.
Huh?
Did you eat both of the?
What?
Give me just one.
Wait a minute. You want one too? Yeah. Your bacon ass. Come on.
No, I got the lemon cake, so I'm good. I'm actually really good. Keep those. Seriously, I'm good.
I'm good. Just wanted to taste. That's what I would do. E. I wouldn't have to leave. I wouldn't have to leave the library. I would go eat a food. I had me a thing of a double stuff, and I had a 6-pack of Tab, and I'd take individual cans and wrap them in aluminum foil so they stay.
We not
You have double stuff and Tab?
Do we need not to do these anymore?
Caffeine.
Yeah, you sugar.
Caffeine and sugar.
It's become a podcast about cupcakes.
Oh, you
now.
still have teeth, man.
I was 20 years old. I mean, you know, we were kids.
You metabolize food. Crazy.
Right, you know? Actually come out weighing less.
I mean, we shouldn't go to Whole Foods anymore, but those cupcakes are the bomb.
Yeah.
Are they one of the ones that said no DEI?
No, they're part of Amazon.
Yep, they're part of Amazon.
Really?
Yeah. That's where you get prime.
See, here's the problem with these boycotts, though, man. They have, for better or for worse, they have black vendors in there.
Yeah.
You almost got to go in and you got to buy all black stuff when you go in.
Well, here's what I read about Target, that they were reconsidering those relationships now.
Oh, wait
Okay,
a
when
minute.
they do that,
I'm so
that's
glad
fine.
you mentioned that.
When they do that, it's fine. But you still got to go in there. I saw a sister on social
No, they're
media yesterday who's got.
Pulling the black.
Yeah, I hear you. I'm
Yeah.
just saying. But while she's there, we need to go buy her stuff.
She might not be there tomorrow.
Stella wrote
If she's not there tomorrow, don't buy it. But while she's there, we got to go buy it.
Well, we need to do our investigating first before we even go in the store.
Well, they list black-owned products on their website.
But they're going to take it down.
I know, but while it's there, we have to go buy them.
Yeah.
Okay, I hear what you're saying.
Yeah, and I don't know if that means that they're going to take those that are there that are good sellers out. It just means they're not going to do any additional outreach. But Stella wrote a letter to the CEO of Target and said, I've been riding with y'all for all these years because of all these good things that I enjoyed about shopping at Target. But now that you've decided to do a step away from your DEI programs, I'm out.
Wait a minute, though. Think about this for a second. What do you think has a bigger impact? Not shopping there or shopping there and walking out with a cart full of black people shit?
Until they take black people stuff out of there, that has a bigger impact. Because the black businesses, this is the answer. The answer is we need to do more research into the businesses that are black-owned businesses inside of these big corporations. And then the position should be, I'm going to shop here, but I'm going to buy from the black vendors that are part of this organization until that changes. But you all need to know that Target, in their decision, I disagree with, but I'm going to support the black businesses that are part of their industry. That's where we show our power. We stated
spending is a lot better than not spending.
I agree, but I also think that what Stella did was important. We need to do those kinds of things. I have always been a letter writer.
We have to do all the above.
Because I think they understand, okay, you're telling me you're going to come into my stores and only buy products that are produced by black vendors, but we're going to take a gamble that you're going to spend some money because convenience is everything.
Right. But let's also look at the bigger picture.
But
though.
telling
They're
us telling us you're not coming in at all, that's a little bit different.
Well, what it does is it tells them we ain't got to have nobody black stuff in here anymore because they ain't coming here no more.
Right. But they don't know. They don't know they don't know who's writing that letter. Well, Stella ain't a black woman writing that letter. She's a person writing that letter that's saying, until you all change these policies, if I don't have to come to your store, I ain't coming.
The other part that we have to start to do with this in this conversation
What is that?
Give me a sip of your drink.
We're still on. We're still on. You know.
We have to be willing to be shareholders, because what they don't want is us to show up at a shareholders meeting.
Oh, you said it, man.
If you get so that's how we really have impact on this, because they say this is the thing. This is what I've been paying very close attention to and trying to do, like Eric said, and just kind of figure this out. So they say it's about shareholders. Okay. If we can't change their decision to walk away, then we need to become the thing that they say is more important. That's shareholders.
By one share.
By one share.
By one share.
That's all we have to do. And that's
You get to go to the meetings if you just have one share.
No. Well, you don't.
You get
to
invited
go
to
to the
the
meeting.
Zoom. You can't go to the live meeting.
You know what I mean? though.
But they will send you every time there's a shareholders meeting where they want to vote on stuff. If you own a share of a stock of a company, they will send a ballot to you to vote on things you want that company to do.
Here's the real power. That's what we have to do, guys. I've been on this campaign for a few weeks now. Since
It's more active than deactive.
It's the but see, here's what it does though. This is what it really does. It beats them at the game that they say that they're playing, which is the four of us are shareholders. We got 1,000 shares between us of XYZ Corporation. We show our black behinds up at the meeting and we go, hold on a second. The four of us don't agree with that. And my contention is there's a whole bunch of other y'all that don't agree
And we
with
can
it.
proxy it too. So if we all buy shares, we can give Rich our proxy. He goes and represents all
Bingo.
of us.
And
think
that
this
is what
is good.
we have to do, y'all. And it's what we have to do with every single company in America. I said this on my show. There's two things that folks can do right now that will impact more than just getting out and marching. One of them is to require, let me put it this way. I said, take the Fortune 500 companies and take the next 10 weeks and 50 of them. Contact each of the 50 of those companies by email, by letter, whatever you got to do. If you really are concerned about this, then carve out an hour of your day. It could be in the evening where you send the emails. It could be during the day. It doesn't matter when it is. And reach out to every single one of the Fortune 500 companies.
Here's the challenge, though, man. I mean, anything that you have to ask for is never permanent. And I can't help but think that the positive move is to cash mob black businesses.
Agreed. I think
you can do that inside of their structure if you're
Right.
buying black products.
I think that the message can be, I'm a shareholder with your company, and this is the direction that I want to see you go.
Yeah, but
and
I'll give it to you as long as it works for them, and then
and
if
at
it
the-
don't, they'll ignore you.
No, but Ian, I'm walking with you on this. I'm saying see, one of the things that we can't do. I'm going to take something from Colin Powell. Colin Powell was about taking the whole room when it comes to attack. He wasn't about surgical was important, but he said what really matters is when you bring everything you got initially, because and some of it is what 47 is doing now, shock and awe. We have to be willing, I think, to be multi-pronged in our attack.
Mm-hmm.
So we go to the shareholders meeting.
I agree.
We make the calls. We make the threats. We're going to spend with our community. We do all of that, and that's not a message that I'm hearing from our quote unquote side. We're going to attack on all fronts. We have to.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
And I don't know if people agree with me on that or not, or think I'm crazy. But
we think you're crazy. Yeah.
So,
I agree
now,
because I feel like what's becoming normal, and I've been holding this on my phone because this has really bothered me. This Target statement, it really, really bothered me. The way it was worded, it said Target is reducing its efforts and programs that focus on promoting diversity, fairness, and inclusion within the company.
Yeah.
And they say it like it's a good thing. And that's my problem.
Well,
They put this out into the universe.
Yes, which means that they
with
don't care
pride.
about any reaction.
Yeah.
But let's keep in mind now, this DEI thing became a thing when they murdered George Floyd.
Yes.
Right.
It is and was a reaction
Right.
to that because society put pressure on them, to your point,
Yeah.
to do something about this.
Right.
Now they've got alternative pressure. And they're like, fuck all that. We ain't gonna do that no more.
Well, and here's the thing. Again, I'm not trying to be the one that has all the ideas, but I said that that Project 2025 was gonna trickle down to businesses. It wasn't just gonna be coming from the political administration.
Oh, yeah,
And
yeah.
businesses were gonna once they had the what's the word I'm gonna use? They had
Permission?
the permission, the okay from 47 that they were gonna do it, and here they are.
They've been waiting.
They've been
They
waiting
didn't
for
want to do that thing, that DEI thing anyway.
They
They,
didn't
never
wanna
wanted to do it.
They didn't want to do that.
I told you all once about a company I worked with, Equitable is the name of the company. I'm going to say it out loud, Equitable in New York. They had a court decree for not hiring a certain number of black people and promoting a number of black people. And the court decree, some Morehouse guy who was the judge said, listen, if you don't correct these numbers, and he put together all the metrics to correct the numbers, if you don't correct these, you'll be fined $1 million per year every year you don't do it. And they said, fuck it, we'll just pay the fines.
That's exactly right. Oh yeah, yeah. So
And
so,
they all-
and
Well,
on that
they
point,
don't do that.
think about this. So we just got done talking about the Sackler family and all the opioids that have killed. So we had a few, not a few thousand, but tens of thousands of people that were killed in 9/11, and we marshaled the entire U.S. military to go over and start a war that lasted for close to 20 years.
Almost 20. Yeah.
Over a few thousand people that died in the collapse of those two towers. So
that's how the empire responds.
Yeah. And you've
Scorched
got
earth.
all these people that are dying, 70,000 people a year from this opioid crisis that this one company, after developing this opioid, put out. How come we haven't bombed them?
Well,
If they were black people, they might have.
And they got off. They got off after killing all these, millions of Americans over the year with a fine.
They should be under
with
the
a
jail.
fine.
And not
They got to
really-
pay a fine.
Well, and here's the other part about it, which takes away the civil capacity, is that they, by not having to admit full culpability, it shielded them from civil damages. That's the real,
Let them off the hook.
Let them off the hook.
Let them off the hook.
Like they always do, like they did your boy.
But that is the thing. It's just like when you all commit a crime, who aren't white and privileged and affluent and wealthy, we're putting you on. We're gonna build a jail on top of you. But for us, we get to pay a fine. It doesn't matter how many people we kill. Doesn't
And
matter
that's
how
part
many
of the
people is
calculus.
responsible
That's
for
part-
dying.
that's part of the calculus.
We're
They're
just
like,
going
you
to
know
pay a
what?
fine because that's all we should pay because our lives can't be interrupted.
If we can pay, it can't be inconvenience. If we can pay off enough people, we can get enough people, on our side and understand that this is the cost of doing business in their mind, then, we'll pay the fine. We'll pay the equitable $1 million because it's less. We're going to make more money by doing it the way we want to do it than the fine that we're going to get levied on us.
Cost of doing business.
It's cost of
Cost of
doing
doing
business.
business.
And so to that end, let's talk about this in the context of back to what we were saying about DEI or the companies sort of punking out. I see people that are praising the people that are staying in the game, if you will, DEI. Let's not overdo that either. They're doing what they should do. They don't get a medal.
Because Jamie Dimon came out talking about him not being so sure about it. But it's just stupid to just say, I don't want to do it no more. Just don't do it anymore.
Yeah.
Which is what a lot of them are doing.
So we
They're,
know
they're trying to impress the Klansmen by saying it out loud.
I also
That's
think
a
that they're
problem.
trying to let their employees and their people know, if you think that you're going to rise to a certain level because we're going to give consideration to the fact that you are a woman and that you are a person of color, whatever, just let it go. 'Cause
But
we don't care about
I don't
you.
disagree with you, but it's funny how they all happened around this time. They're all, and that's because they're talking to the Orange Menace.
Yeah. Right,
They're trying to
exactly.
gain favor with him.
Which
They've
I-
never cared
which
about
I
this
don't.
shit.
Which this is the part.
Yes.
Help me understand something, y'all. What favor are you going to gain from kissing his behind?
Okay, this is where you make them uncomfortable.
I just don't. I look at this and I go, Jamie Dimon, you're worth quite a bit of money, dude. And if Donald Trump decided to come after Chase, you got some attorneys too. You can muck up the system quite well.
And he hasn't dumped his DEI.
But Jamie's saying he's keeping it.
No, I know, but I'm just saying. My point is, I shouldn't single out him. Let's go to somebody else. Let's
Somebody who is getting rid of it. Right.
let's or let's go to
Well, see,
old boy from Amazon.
So I can tell you how this trickled down.
Let's go to Bezos. Bezos got all the money he need and then some. and he's going to make money perpetually until he dies.
It's not about him, though.
Let me ask my question. What is it that would make you so afraid or so complicit when you got the damn universe? Donald, look,
I
Donald,
hear your
Donald,
question.
want to be the
ruler of the empire.
No,
Donald
no.
Trump-
What I'm saying is
Donald
it's not
Trump's-
really about. It's not about the people that like Bezos. You're exactly right. He's done. But what he needs to amass. But the thing is, do you want all the acrimony and the division and the fighting and the screaming going on? Hold on. Let me finish. In the shareholder meetings and with the shareholders, because that's where it comes down to. Because what he can do is he can start saying, Amazon, you don't get this tax break. We're going to make it more difficult for this. And so what happens is you have shareholders who got their undies in a bunch and they're furious. And so that's where it comes
from. It's inconvenient for him.
It's inconvenient. So now the shareholders make it inconvenient for Bezos. It's not really about Bezos. It's about the whole operation of the company and how much they can soak the system for. And you can't soak the system for all you can get if you have the government.
You're the third richest dude on the planet.
But again, it's not. I know.
But listen,
there's never enough for
Adrian,
them, though.
Adrian,
Their yachts have yachts.
Adrian,
That's
let
true.
me say this. I heard everything you said, and I agree with your premise. I'm not disagreeing with your premise.
Mhm.
I get that. They want to. That's a protectionist point of view. I get that. What I'm saying is not that I don't agree with you. I do.
Okay.
What I'm saying is, where do you lose your guts and your ability to stand in front of a shareholders meeting and say,
And lead.
I mean, Adrian, listen, I'm not disagreeing with you. So your comeback doesn't have to be about convincing me to agree with the reasons why. I get that. I'm saying about the person. You say, well, it's not about Bezos. Well, Bezos' mama didn't make the decision. He made the decision.
Yeah,
He'd be damned the shareholders.
yeah.
Have the guts
What?
and
Okay.
leadership to no, hold on.
He didn't care about it anyway. I can just go right back to what Eric said. He didn't care about it anyway.
So that says to me that he's not the leader that he portends to be. He's mediocre, like so many of these dudes are.
Well,
Can I just-
he's a
can
member
I
of the
just-
empire.
Can I just put this in here that all of those, that Bezos,
His mama gave him the
Zuckerberg,
money
not
to
Zuckerberg,
start the business. People think he bootstrapped it. No, the heifer wrote a check for $300,000 so he could get started. So that's why I sit back and I go, golly, y'all some punks.
Yeah.
Just
So
are. I mean,
okay.
you're gonna let Donald Trump tell you, if you don't do this, I'm gonna do this. Like what you get?
Yes, they are.
Unless they got pictures of
Yes, they
Bezos with some little boys.
That could be.
Well,
outside of that, or little girls.
I mean, I don't know that it matters anymore, but because I mean, you know, everybody in the administration is a sexual assaulter or a pedophile. I mean, so why does it matter?
Michelle, you got money. You got money so long, your money is running around your
Let
own money.
let me just make a point that will answer your question. I think.
Okay.
You have Bezos. You have EM. You have, because there's some people's names I just can't say no more.
Little Marky C.
Go ahead.
Zuckerberg.
South African.
Yes. All of these people could save all of the ills of the world with a check. We've had enormous, crazy fires. Where have any of those motherfuckers written a check?
Yeah.
Okay, that's my
Well,
point.
we don't know if they have it, though.
Yeah, we would know if they did.
Well, I mean,
because
not a
they would
meaningful
tell
check,
it.
yeah, but we don't
They
know
would
if
tell. They have not given anything. They haven't even talked about it, Eric. This is the problem.
So let me
They
point
don't-
this out. Let me point this out. It
Amazon
is.
did.
How much?
But they did, though.
That doesn't give Bezos off the hook. He could write a personal check.
But it's a personality thing. You've made a character judgment that's a problem for us. Regardless of your money or whatever good deeds you do, you fucked that up.
You lined up with this over here, so you could write checks all day long to help this situation. Hey, wait a minute. Why weren't you an advocate? Why didn't you organize with 10 other
hold on,
wealthy
folks.
people and go,
Hold on.
we have some social problems, and we have the wherewithal, the largesse, the access to help fix those and still be wealthy as F.
They're never gonna They're
And
never
so-
gonna be poor.
What is
so let's
it?
be masters
What
of
is
the
it?
universe by fixing the universe. If you want to be masters of the universe, let's be masters of it
And
by helping to fix
stop
it.
building phallic symbols symbols that go to the moon and Mars.
So what is
Shall we do
what
that?
is the job of like CEOs and CFOs? What's their number one charter?
To be the evil empire leaders.
No, it's not.
I know.
Count the beans.
It's to bring as much money to shareholders as possible.
Shareholder value.
And if that means not running afoul of the federal government, you don't run afoul of the federal government.
They kneel before the Lord.
Well,
That's
on a personal note, I know that because Howard University's budget, a third of it comes from the federal government.
That's right.
So there's a certain amount of things that the people at Howard can and can't do.
Can't do. That's exactly right.
I understand that.
So are you making plans for when that money is taken away?
Your boy is, but I don't know about anybody else.
So
Because they're taking it away. You know he's going to.
It's a congressional appropriation.
Right. So
he doesn't give a shit about any
okay.
of that.
So, but that's
He doesn't
like
do
that.
that,
So that's one example right there, and that's what I'm getting at. It's not so much about the people that we hear about who own the companies. It's about those CFOs and CEOs and people who their fiduciary responsibility is to bring more value to the shareholders
Or not be ones to prevent value from coming right. No,
from unraveling.
I'm with
And so you cannot. But
I
you,
just think the approach, I get that. I think they could get the same thing done by acknowledging that that's their responsibility, but not bending the knee.
I don't disagree.
I mean,
And-
can we
and
create a
collaborate.
culture
I
of
don't disagree.
altruism and
Bingo.
still
Listen, this is what the
make
Look
money?
at Costco's statement. Look at Costco's statement.
That's
The
altruism.
guy who runs Salesforce
Yes.
equalized salaries between
Yeah.
women and men
Yeah.
in one fell swoop.
But he wasn't at the inauguration, was he?
No,
Exactly.
didn't want to be.
right, because he stood his
Right.
business.
Right.
No-
But
no
those
one-
guys.
Nor was Mark Cuban.
Right.
Who takes the same position.
Because
Exactly.
Who's going to run for president in 4 years? He took
And
it.
guess who else wasn't there? Warren Buffett wasn't there.
Exactly.
He
But
couldn't-
you
he
got
wouldn't
some
be there,
guys who are vying for being the most valuable country, a company on the planet. They're vying for that. Being the most wealthy guy, being the most wealthy company. And so you cannot do that and become go afoul of
Yes, they
the
can.
government if you know that the government is going to penalize
They
you.
were already there, and what they should
In their
Because they
mind.
still add
In their
value
mind.
to it. The
Right.
country
Well,
needs
that's
them
because
as
they're
much as-
simpletons. I agree with
They're
you.
simpletons. In their mind, we
We
can't
can't do that.
go afoul of
See,
him.
but that's pussy ass men, though.
I get it.
I don't
Adrian.
disagree.
I don't disagree with you.
I'm
Paul.
just.
It would be the case if they cared. They don't really
They
care.
don't really care.
Right.
They're still being pussies about it, and I think that being
No, they're doing exactly what the evil empire does. They're
Yeah.
participating in the way that they're supposed to
No
participate.
different than during World War II. We had many American companies that it took a strong Roosevelt and his administration to say to these companies, listen, we know that you're siding with Germany, but this is what's going on. He did the opposite.
Henry Ford was the best example of somebody who
Exactly
sided with
right.
Germany. He went over there and helped them design and build vehicles.
Right.
Exactly
The
right.
axles that were in those in the tanks. What are those tanks called? Adrian, help me out. Anyhow, but all I'm saying is, and Adrian, I'm with you, man. Listen, I ain't that big.
Dude, you just unplugged?
I had and I
Unplugged
just shut
mine.
down my battery ran out.
unplug my phone.
And I had to unplug her
That's
phone.
why you need to bring your.
I know.
Rich is out in space.
Man.
All right, we're
So-
done anyway. We're done anyway.
Peace, family.
Man.
Have a great week.
Bye,
Everybody
y'all.
have a great
Thank
week.
you for coming back.
We're done for
Come
Sunday,
back
but
next week too.
Richard will be on
here
Monday
now.
through Friday.